Oh yeah.
Whoa! He hits the button and dies.
No, I'm not going anywhere. It's gonna take a lot more than a little cough to put me 6 feet under.
Well, you've had a little cough for like 6 weeks now, so
A little while.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm surviving.
Oh shit! See, I see it.
Matt's stronger than death.
You jinxed yourself there, HK. Tony's back with us at the start of the show this week. Very excited for that. How you doing over there, Itchy Head?
Got a fucking headache all of a sudden, like right here. It's like on the left side of my head, like right in the temple area.
I had that today too.
It's fucking weird.
Like right above my, literally right above my left eye.
Yeah, like, fucking hurts.
Oh, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll survive.
There's a pay-per-view this week of Bound for Glory, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But I watched it today. Thank you, KJG. The women's championship match, the women's referee was very shiny, and I instantly thought of Tony in every pre-show before we start. And he goes, "My fucking head looks shiny."
She was shinier than usual today. I mean, at that show, I noticed that too, Matt.
Could have been worse. Could have been wearing a bag of oats.
I was gonna get there, but you beat me to it.
But from a distance, she always reminds me of Kate.
From a distance.
She looks just like Kate from a distance.
So I have my pre-show ritual, right? I take a
Well,
shower. I get my water. Fuck! I left my energy drink in the refrigerator, right?
Thank God.
Now, Tony, why?
You're fucking hopped up already, dude.
The mud water. Now, is this like a conscious effort? Like you always have to have your mud water? Is that like your pre-show ritual?
No, it's just my drink. I'm fucking thirsty, so I grab a fucking mud water.
Okay.
Right.
I got Oreos stuck in my teeth.
Or you had Oreos for dinner.
No, for dinner? Fucking slow down, boy.
What'd you have for dinner, Tony?
I had a burrito, a chicken burrito. And some mango habanero boneless wings.
Wow.
Very spicy.
Oreos
I'm going to enjoy that
dessert.
again later.
Oh, yeah. I hope it's during the show. I hope you have an accident during the show.
I hope so, too.
You should start wearing...
I can talk to Tim Storm later with shit coming out of my ass.
Hot
shit.
Cold Stone. You should start wearing white jeans like Sam Houston, so if you do shit your pants on the show, you can just stand up and turn around, and people will understand why you've walked off camera.
Wait, has he done that?
Did you not listen to the Colby Carino interview?
No.
Callback. Yes, Colby Carino said he was training with Sam Houston in the ring, and he had white jeans on, and he shit his pants.
Oh, wait a minute. I was here for Colby Carino.
No, it was Lance.
Oh, Lance. Yes,
Yeah.
Lance. Yes,
Yeah, because
sorry.
Colby
I
shit his
was
pants
so
in front of-
confused.
Colby shit his pants in front of Camille.
Yeah,
Sort of.
In the vicinity.
Kind of.
the forbidden toilet.
Now, I see HK. What do you got? What kind of hat is that? Is that a Toronto Maple Leafs hat?
Well,
What is that?
It's a Ruka hat.
A what?
Ruka.
What's a
Fuck is
Ruka?
Ruka?
It's a
Ruka,
brand.
I don't even know you.
It's a brand. What do you want me to go get my Maple Leafs hat?
How do you spell Ruka?
RVCA.
Varuka salt?
That's
That doesn't
Rivka.
even-
That's not Ruka.
not even a fucking word.
It's Ruka.
RVCA. Is
Stop
not-
making shit up, handsome Kevin.
All right. The Maple Leafs hat. You
My
happy?
God,
I believe that more than Ruka.
Ruka. That's not.
Isn't that
no.
isn't that what the Cubans eat? Like Ruka potatoes or
That's
something?
yucca.
That's yucca plant. That's a yucca plant.
Yeah, same shit.
How do you get Ruka out of RVCA?
RVCA.
This was like, how do you get Ruka out of a VCR?
I didn't start the brand. I just appreciate their clothing and hats.
Oh,
I wore one last week too.
Oh, excuse me. Handsome Kevin.
One thing I learned: nobody gives a shit on this show.
Right.
No.
Well, look, I think last week was very educational. We learned about cranes.
Oh yeah.
We did
Oh yeah.
Did you go to myfavoritebird.org or whatever the fuck the website is?
Myfavoritebird.org.
I don't know. You were all fucking excited about
It's
birds.
all about birds.org. And yeah, I visited. It's a pretty badass website.
My
Did you?
favorite bird.
Yeah.
Allaboutbirds.org.
See, if
I've
Coco
never-
Beware wanted to make some extra loot these days, he should be like the spokesperson for All About Birds.
If it's like Wikipedia and you can enter your own birds, somebody should put Coco Beware in there with an audio bite. That's thinking.
Pile driver.
Frankie's been dead for so long.
Allaboutbirds.com is available in case you're wondering.
Get it, Tony. Get it.
Oh, just completely steal the idea.
Yeah.
No,
I
just
like it.
fucking just like people mistakenly think they're going to .org and they go to .com and they see you wearing your arugula hat or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah, the
Arugula
arugula hat. Nice.
Take it easy, Mudwater.
Well done.
Do you enjoy a slice of arugula at your fucking barbecues in
Tony,
Minnesota?
it's hard to fucking not perpetuate the stereotype. You're like, is it hard to not to have a
Arugula,
yeah,
too.
have a slice of arugula?
Not everything's a slice, Tony.
What, is that your? Do you have a fucking eye towel, dude? You're getting so old.
How old is he?
I don't know.
This is
So your preparation for the show is Mudwater and an eye towel.
No, this is like my other shirt that I changed so I could wear my Victory Royale shirt. You don't want to see me wearing a fucking like a shirt with like paint stains on it and shit, do you?
Clearly, I don't give a shit what you wear. I don't know what a Victory Royale is. That like a double whopper in England?
Yes. With cheese.
Nice.
It says with cheese on the back, but I'm not turning around to show you.
Oh boy.
What
Come
was
on,
that?
man. Show us some love.
What? No,
I want to see your back. I want to see your backside.
it doesn't say anything.
I want to see your paint stain.
I want to see the rear view.
You want to see the map of Hawaii?
Ah,
Ah.
yes.
Show me your
Well,
paint stain.
We have an exciting show. We got Cold Stone Tim Boston joining us tonight. He may be very similar to Stone Cold, but giant ice cream scooper instead of beer truck.
Why not?
So he's joining us. We got Can You Beat That as our champion. Greg Cherry will defend against Kyle from the Apron Bump podcast. So
Okay.
if you don't know Kyle, you're in for it. He's going to fit right in with us four. Greg's up against it tonight. He's not going to get a word in edgewise with all the dick jokes or whatever other stupid shit that's going to come out of our mouths during the game. Oh, you look scared, Tony. Are you scared, Tony?
I don't want Can You Beat That to become a dick joke.
It's not going to become a dick joke, but there will be opportunities for...
I know. He's going to be like, hey, can you beat that? Is it like beating your meat or something?
I think he already made that Twitter post today.
Oh, did he?
Something about jerking it off.
Ooh, Yahtzee.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, let's hope Kyle takes home the win tonight, because Greg Cherry's smart, but I don't know if he really fits the Shining Wizards mold. If I was to
Ooh,
tell myself.
will Kyle be popping the Greg Cherry tonight?
Ah,
One could hope.
one could hope.
Jeez, he's dying.
I'm not dying.
He's dying.
I'm good. I feel great. I went to work today. I cut some wood. I moved some wood. I watched some Bound for Glory.
Got some unsuspecting people sick.
I got nobody's sick. Nobody's ill. I'm not the super spreader. I'm the super shredder.
Oh, the super spreader. Now I got pictures of Matt opening his legs in my head.
Oh yeah, cave shots for everyone. You get a
Oh,
cave.
fucking
you get
A,
a cave.
dude.
You get a
Thank
cave.
you. Al still hasn't forgiven me for sending him that.
What, Knobsville?
Yep.
Or the nasty boys.
I just want to. How is it so big? How?
Probably got his training from the one man, one jar guy.
Oh man, I wonder what that guy's up to. Well,
Probably
you
knee-deep
know
in
what?
blood.
What? Tune in, because it's all happening next. We're up to episode 660. That's 660 weeks of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast, and it's all coming at you live and next wherever you listen to podcasts. You should be with us live though, because it's a hoot, and you gotta watch. You gotta watch the YouTube videos, because we're just having so much fun here. I turned my mic off.
Turn my mic off.
Let's start the fucking show.
The following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live in high-definition video and available on all podcasting and streaming platforms. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com. And become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. And now, It's time for the Shining Wizards.
You are watching Shining Wizards.
You are watching Shining Wizards.
Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah. You are watching Shining Wizards.
You are watching Shining Wizards.
Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are tuned in live to episode 660 of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast, coming to you live on social media, going with you wherever you go on each and every one of those streaming and something podcast platforms. We got Stone Cold Tim Austin tonight, and we got Greg Cherry popping his cherry with the Apron Bump dudes. Let's get into some wrestling talk.
And talk about some wrestling.
Tony.
Matt.
Handsome Kevin.
KJG.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, baby. I'm excited. Be a good show. Nobody
Well,
else-
thanks for joining us.
Nobody else cares? All right. Fantastic.
I thought you were gonna. I thought there was like.
This show's gonna fucking suck.
No, I thought there was like you were like I'm excited. This show's gonna be good. Like I thought there was more. Like you started off. It's like when you like run to jump in the pool, and then you get to the edge and you just stop when you're a kid.
And you just
You're
dip
like,
a
I'm
toe
gonna-
in and go.
No, that's
Yeah.
not on me. I was leading other people into like agreeing with me.
I see. I thought we were just leaving you out to dry. That's what I thought we were doing.
Oh,
there.
okay. Well, then you guys are just a bunch
No,
of
I
pricks
thought
then.
I thought there was more. I thought there was like I've had a great week and I watched a lot of wrestling and now the
All
fucking
true, by
Devils
the way, Matt. All
won
true.
Friday.
Having
What?
fun. Who's with me?
Guys, clap your hands if you're ready for a good time. Who's ready to laugh?
Bird, bird, bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird, bird, bird.
Okay, I can do that.
Henry, say his name and he'll appear. I believe in the Wizards.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there like a secret to my fucking headphones not being all like tangled up?
You gotta untangle them.
Solid point. Yep, nailed it.
Yep.
Right, but like I like I wrap them up and then I unwrap them and then I keep unwrapping them and then they still end up all fucking like this.
Well, you're not
man.
supposed to fucking use them like a lasso, where the fuck
Right.
that was.
Yeah, take it easy, Wonder Woman.
Maybe give it some time to quote unquote breathe and just lay them out for a little while.
Ooh, lay him out.
It's
Yeah.
a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't wrap them up at the end of the night.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a nuisance for your personal life and your after podcast experiences, then yeah, by all means wrap them up. But maybe for like an hour or so, just let it breathe, and then maybe even lay some stuff on top of it to keep it that way for a little bit. That's right. Tony,
I
what do you
usually
do?
let it breathe after I wrap it too.
Yeah, gotta do all that. Huge.
Huge.
Very important. Very
Everyone's good this week. How's Minnesota treating you, HK?
Like hell, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, the state itself, because we're getting to that time of the year now where I start checking the weather for you. I got to know if you're dealing with
I
an ice
appreciate
storm, if we got a snowstorm, what the lakefront wind chill is for your area. I don't know how close you are to a lake. The land of 1,000 lakes. I saw it in the Fight Forever video game. So.
well over 1,000. But yeah, you can't drive through Minnesota without seeing a lake pretty much everywhere. So
Did you eat your avocado toast while you were on the lake?
no, Tony, I didn't eat my avocado toast.
But how's the weather though? Weather's good in Minnesota.
Well, yeah, the weather's great, man. I actually really like this time of year, especially like heading into winter, like hoodie weather.
Oh,
Love hoodie weather, man. And then, like I say, once it starts actually snowing, I'm all for it. Like I don't mind winter at all. Like give me the snow. Sometimes when it gets like super shit house, like we've had a couple of those storms where like, hey, nobody gets to go to work tomorrow, which, you know, it's not a bad thing either. But then you got to deal with, you know, all of the other shit that comes with the giant snowstorms. So, but no, I generally like this time of year.
Somebody today asked me what the guys I do the podcast with do for a living, and I could explain everybody's job except for yours, Handsome Kevin, because I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do?
I sort of remember this. You're like in job placement, aren't you?
I'm business to business sales.
Oh, but I thought you were like sort of like an agency kind of thing. That's kind of what it was?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of in that,
Okay, so
in
I
that,
sort of
in that
remember.
vein. Yeah. In
Like
that
a
vein.
recruiter is what you're saying?
No.
He's like a matchmaker.
Ah.
Kinda. Except like not people, like things.
Yeah.
Still not a clear answer for me. Kinda, sorta. This is kinda what I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like you know when two dudes like put their heads of their schmeckles together and one wraps the foreskin around the other?
No,
Kevin's
Docking. How about
HK's the foreskin.
no, Matt. Business to business sales is a thing. It's called B2B.
I
B2B.
understand that. Right? Handsome Kevin says one thing, but then Tony says, "Oh, but it's kind of like this."
Well,
But
actually,
it's not kind of like that. So how
Don't
about
listen
the
to
guy
Tony
who has
about what Kevin does.
it's
How
not
about the
B2B,
guy who has the fucking job?
D to
Explain
D,
it to me.
baby. D to D, baby. Wrap that foreskin around that shit.
By the way, they put a Lidl supermarket over here by me.
Oh,
they got
boy.
two different types of Diana's frozen bananas. FYI,
What's a Lidl?
What's the second
A
type?
super. I don't know. My hands were full because we didn't bring a bag inside. 'Cause
Couldn't
we didn't-
handle them bananas, huh?
No, we didn't realize we were going to shop. So every time my wife would pick something up,
Wait,
I'd
you
just
wound
give
up
it
at a
to me.
supermarket. You didn't think you were going to shop?
No, it was brand new. We were just going to check it out.
Wow.
Is that a chain? Is that a new chain?
Sweetie, what do you want to do this afternoon? Let's go check out that new supermarket. Are we even going to make a purchase?
No.
Oh, no, slow down.
Who goes fucking window shopping?
Window shop.
Wow, look at those bananas, sweetie.
Hold on. Pump the brakes. We had to go to Lowe's to get stuff for the closet that we're redoing. And on our way to Lowe's, there was a big accident on Hanover Avenue. So we have to and it was like rush hour. So we had two options. Do we sit in traffic to get back to the house, or do we drive across Hanover Avenue and check out the new supermarket? So we
See
drove
what's up.
across to check out the new supermarket.
See what all the fuss is about.
Oh, they got everything over there, but they got two different flavors of Diana's frozen hard bananas.
Peeled it
I was going to
peeled-
take a picture, but my hands were full.
Full of what? You didn't buy anything.
No, we did buy things.
Gotta
We
listen,
just
Tony.
left the bag in the car.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Grocery store. What do you suppose they got in there? Food? I don't know.
God,
Seems too
no.
obvious.
No.
Two different flavors of bananas.
No.
Oh fuck, we're going.
They had
Kids, get in the car.
so much more.
Oh,
So much
fuck
more.
me.
So much more than just food.
Action figures?
No action figures, but you could get AirPods, you could get a bench, you could get cookware.
A fucking bench.
Bench.
Can you put your leg on that bench?
Leg on bench? You got Halloween pajamas. You can get the gift boxes for the holidays. They literally have fucking everything. Socks, turtlenecks.
Hi, Rhiannon.
Everyone says hello.
Were you able to get some new denim while you were there? Or?
Oh, she says
Oh, boo.
fuck you. New denim? No, I'm not buying my fucking dungarees at fucking Lidl.
You're not gonna buy new denim, but you buy a fucking bench.
Fucking bench.
I didn't buy a bench. I just told you what was there. I bought a giant Macho Man Slim Jim because I wanted a snack.
And you didn't buy bananas.
No, I didn't want a frozen fucking banana.
Two flavors.
Two different flavors. I bought I needed some soap, so I
Did
got
Mr.
some
Lidl fresh dip those bananas?
I got some hand soap. No, Diana hand dipped them. What else did we buy? We spent exactly $16 on the nose. Was what we got.
You can get
Is the fucking
AirPods,
prices
you can
right
get
at
a
Lidl's?
bench.
Oh, my wife got a Halloween Pez dispenser. What else
Wow,
do we
you live a
got?
fucking charmed life, my friend.
I gotta see this bench.
I don't have the bench. The bench is at the store. We didn't buy the fucking bench. Enough about the bench.
You can get AirPods. You can get a bench.
You get
Yeah,
a fucking
just the
bench,
most random
two
fucking
different
shit.
flavors of bananas.
So
Oh
if
my
you were in the
God.
market for some new denim, could you get some new denim?
That's a good question.
You said they got fucking everything.
Gotta
They
go
do
back.
have. They had a lot of weird shit there.
And this is a chain store? I've never heard of this.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're starting to
Lidl's,
pop
they're-
up. Yeah.
Neither have I.
It's like a supermarket, kind
Yeah,
of.
Well, I
it's like
gathered
this-
that. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Tony.
Like an Aldi or.
Oh no, yeah.
Is it like
Oh,
the
no,
Buc-ee's?
yeah.
It's like a what?
Buc-ee's in like the Midwest, like that giant like supermarket slash.
What the
like,
fuck is a Buc-ee's and why would you bring
No,
that up?
First of all, Buc-ee's. There's one Buc-ee's, and it's in the middle of Texas.
No, there's more than one.
There's more than one.
It's a chain.
Yeah.
That may
The-
have been like
the
that may be
big-
like the super center.
The giant one, I believe, is in Texas.
Oh, the giant
That's
Buc-ee's.
the only one that matters.
I mean, not if you don't live in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fucking part. That's the
That's
the
the
selling
touristy-
point.
That's the touristy one. That's the landmark, if you will.
They got one in Alabama. They got two, three. They got a bunch in Alabama.
That would be like
Two in
I said,
Florida. Two in Georgia. One in
bigger than Matt
Kentucky.
Lydell's. I thought that would be good.
Oof.
it was
Exactly the opposite of good.
But like I thought it was gonna be so bad that you guys would appreciate it. Matt Lydell, that's pretty good.
No, it's not like a Buc-ee's. A Buc-ee's is awesome. Lidl is different.
Now is it better than Lydell Richie?
really reaching on these.
Fucking 3 for 3
trying,
tonight.
man.
Holy shit.
That's what I do. Like, what you guys just meet me?
Can we get Big Rich on the phone?
Hello.
Mod on.
All right. So
Is that what we say? Mod on?
Wait.
I don't know.
What did you actually leave the grocery store with?
I told you, hand soap.
Okay.
I needed hand soap for my vanity over here in the bathroom because I was out of soap.
Deodorant.
No, I have plenty of deodorant.
Yeah, because you
Pez
don't
dis-
fucking wear it at night.
Pez dispenser, Giant Slim Jim. There was something else.
Clark bar?
My wife brought a snack, some type of snack.
How do you spell this?
Lidl. They were building it while you were here, handsome Kevin. We drove by it many a
Oh
time.
my god! And you didn't bother to stop in to show Kevin our progress.
It
as a
wasn't
I'd
nation?
like to
fucking
see what groceries
open.
look like.
I just said they were building it. Open your fucking ears.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna. Have
why
to
didn't
start
you
paying attention.
show him progress?
Oh yeah. Hey, it's me, Matt. Let me in. Let me show this fella the progress.
Yeah, why not? You're the fucking ambassador to Lidl's now.
Not the ambassador. I've been to one. It was a pleasant experience. I can see myself stopping on the way to work to get a fresh croissant.
You know, I gotta say, I'm on their website now. You're right, man. They got a lot of different stuff. You can get your weights.
Oh,
Get your-
I'm a
your
fucking
flip-flops.
asshole until somebody fucking looks it up, right?
Kevin, search for benches.
Oh, good call. Benches and denim.
They got a bench. I don't know about the denim. I
See
can't
what
remember.
kind of benches they got.
I'm bringing it up here.
Well, if you want to do your Lidl shopping with us, go to amazon.shiningwizards.com because fuck Lidl.
Wow.
Holidays
Home
are coming.
storage bench, $50.
There you go.
Hey, when
see?
Lidl starts giving us a kickback on what we fucking contribute to them, then I'll mention them all the time. Until then, Amazon people.
Denim.
Yeah, pick the Amazon where they deliver in the middle of the night so your Ring doorbell picks it up and scares the shit out of you.
But they didn't ring your bell, did they?
No, it don't bother me none, but I know people who have like their significant other has chosen the deliver between 4 and 8 a.m.
Oh, I love
and,
that.
And their fucking Ring doorbell on their phone goes off at like 4 a.m. that there's someone at the front door.
Oh, the ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Then they wake up in a fucking panic. They're like, who's on my fucking front door at 4 a.m.? And it's just some idiot in a fucking Amazon fucking vest just throwing some package on your front steps.
Delivering a bench.
The 4 to 8 a.m. delivery is amazing, by the way. You get up in the morning, your shit's already waiting for you. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, Amazon Christmas.
Fuck yeah.
Do we have enough time to go over the top before Cold Stone Tim Boston joins us?
What time is he calling in?
7:30 Pacific Northwestern time.
Well, then I guess we have plenty of time because he won't be calling until 10:30.
Great entrance song. I didn't have it 2 weeks ago. Fucking bothered the shit
Sucks
out
to be you. Eat a dick.
of me. That's not nice.
Yeah, all right. Eat a banana.
Also, I unsubscribed to interesting facts that keep coming to the Wizards podcast. Send that shit to your own fucking email, bro.
I didn't even subscribe to it, you hand job. It was probably
who
you.
did? It
It's
wasn't
probably you.
me.
It
I
wasn't
don't want
me.
interesting facts. I'm not the over-the-top guy. I'm the other guy.
Yeah, he's the other guy. On Monday Night Raw, Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Ricochet. Piper Niven with Chelsea Green defeats Natalia. Ludwig Kaiser defeats Johnny Gargano. Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler end in a no contest. And in a WWE Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther defeats Bronson Reed. And with the tag team titles on the line, the Judgment Day defeat Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Over on SmackDown, Montez Ford defeats Santos Escobar. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defeat Cameron Grimes and Dragon Lee. And a women's title match, Io Sky defeats Charlotte Flair. On WWE NXT, the WWE NXT Tag Team title number one contendership, Bada Bing, Bada Boom Tag Team Battle Royal. Chase U wins. I'm not going through all that. Breakout tournament. Carmen Petrovic defeats Jada Parka. Lyra Valkyria, defeats Tegan Knox. I still don't like Tegan Knox. Shotzi defeats Kiana James. Ariana Grace defeats Brindley Price. And then the WWE NXT number one contendership triple threat match, Carmelo Hayes defeats Baron Corbin and Dijak. Tony, over the top me, babe.
Ric Flair has 12 Meltzer-rated 5+ star matches in his 200-year career. That's 12 more than Kurt Angle. But don't feel bad for Kurt, as Rick has more world championships and, of course, more times turning his back on Sting than Kurt does as well.
He's a little rusty, people. He's a
They're
little
only going
rusty.
to get worse, folks.
Been a couple
Strap in.
weeks.
Strap in, folks.
How does
Over
it
in
feel?
AEW World on Dynamite, Jay White defeated Penta El Zero Maeda in an AEW Women's World Title Eliminator match. Hikaru Shida defeated Emi Sakura. Wardlow defeated Ryan Nemeth by referee's decision. Kenny Omega defeated Kyle Fletcher. Lance Archer defeated Barrett Brown. And your Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal winner, Juice Robinson. Over on Rampage, best 2 out of 3 falls match. Mystico defeated Rocky Romero 2 falls to 1. The Blackpool Combat Club, consisting of Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Utah, defeated Brian Keith and Exodus Prime. Ruby Soho defeated Sky Blue. And in your AEW International number one contenders 3-way match, John Silver defeated Isaiah Cassidy and Kip Saban. On Collision, Bryan Danielson defeated Andrade El Idolo. Sky Blue defeated Hollywood Haley. The Guns defeated the Outrunners. And a non-title Memphis Street Fight, Jeff Jarrett defeated Eddie Kingston, which allows Jay Lethal a shot at the Ring of Honor World title. Miro defeated Action Andretti. Bad Thad Brown and Darian Benjiston against FTR went to a no contest. I don't know if that's a real thing because I had to work Saturday night. Is that a real thing?
What?
All right.
Sorry, which one?
The FTR no contest.
Yeah, because House of Black came in and fucked it up.
Yes. The AEW World Tag Team title match, Big Bill and Ricky Starks defeated the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Utah. On Battle of the Belts, the AEW International Champion, Orange Cassidy, successfully retained his title against John Silver. The Ring of Honor World title was defended as Samoa Joe defeated Tony Nese. AEW TBS title match, Chris Statlander defeated Willow Nightingale. And your AEW World Trios title match, Billy Gunn of the Acclaimed beat Angelo Parker, Daniel Garcia, and Matt Menardi. I'm choking on my own spit. Tony, take it over the top, buddy.
Benedict Arnold betrayed the Continental Army to the British during the Revolutionary War when he made secret overtures to British headquarters in May 1779 and, a year later, informed the British of a proposed American invasion of Canada. I wonder if he felt betrayed because his fellow countrymen failed to remind him about pay-per-view picks. Right, Benedict Brundo? Next.
Oh boy, Ring of Honor TV, Mercedes Martinez with Diamante defeats Marty Bell. Sean Dean with Trish Adora defeats Peter Avalon. Gravity over Angelico. Tony Nese with Smart Mark Sterling over Ethan Page. Pure Rules match, Josh Woods again with Smart Mark Sterling defeats Pat Buck. Billy Starks with Athena defeats Diamante with Mercedes Martinez. Cole Carter and Griff Garrison with Maria Kanellis Bennett. defeat Myron Reed and Ren Jones. Kiera Hogan over Allison Kay, the Righteous. Victorious over Kevin Matthews and Rod Lee. Lady Frost defeats Zoe Lynn. Commander defeats Metalik. Then in a triple threat tag team match, the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona with Prince Nana defeat the Workhorsemen, bless you, Anthony Hendry and J.D. Drake, along with Action Andretti and Darius Martin. Gates of Agony get the win. Tony, take me over the top.
Owen Hart had enough of living in the shadows of his older brother Brett, kicking his leg out from his leg and trying yet failing to win the WWF Championship from him. Kind of like Kevin having enough of losing every year at pay-per-view picks. Next.
Which Kevin?
Just gonna come right back.
Really?
You're gonna come right back to me with that. All right. I'm winning this year, by the way. All right, let's go right into Impact Bound for Glory. Impact Knockouts Tag Team title match, which was moved to, I believe, off air. This did not air. MK Ultra defeated Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steelz. Impact X Division title match opened the show with Chris Sabin over Kenta. Monsters Ball 4-way match. PCO victorious over Moose, Rhino, and Steve Macklin. Impact World Tag Team title match. The Bullet Club, ABC, Ace Austin, and Chris Bay defeat the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Will Ospreay over Mike Bailey. And in Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, I'm going to go through it, baby. Jordan Grace defeats Brian Myers and Bully Ray and Dirty Dango and Eddie Edwards and Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian and Giselle Shaw and Heath and Jake Something and Jody Thread and Joe Hendry and Johnny Swinger and Jonathan Gresham and Juventud Guerrera and Kenny King and Kylan King and Matt Cardona and Rich Swann and Sonny Kiss. Boom. Impact Knockouts World Title Match. Trinity over Mickey James. Impact World Title Match. Alex Shelley defeats Josh Alexander. Tony, take it over the top.
On July 19th, 1986, Paul Orndorff betrayed his tag team partner Hulk Hogan and spent months trying to win the WWF Championship from him. Orndorff felt slighted because the Hulkster never called him. Kind of like how Matt didn't call someone to remind him about pay-per-view picks. Next. Next. Who's up?
Over on MLW, Ichiban defeats Love Dog. Boomerang Fight Club defeat the main event, and Matt Cardona defeats one called Manders. Tony, take me over the top.
Brutus was one of the leaders of the conspiracy that assassinated Julius Caesar. Long optimistic about Caesar's plans, Brutus was shocked when, early in 44 BC, Caesar made himself perpetual dictator and was deified. Brutus joined Cassius and the other leading senators in the plot that led to the assassination of Caesar on March 15th, 44 BC. In an homage to Brutus, you can hear me whisper, at 2 HK?
Oh, I would never, Tony.
Next!
NWA Power, pick your poison match. Yabo the Clown with Violent J defeated Mecha Wolf with Vampiro. Tom Lattimore defeated Koa Laxamana. The NWA World Women's Television title match, Max the Impaler defeated MJ Jenkins. And your NWA National Heavyweight title #1 contenders match, Chris Adonis defeats Zion by disqualification. Tony, you fucking chode, take it over the top.
You can call me a 3-time pay-per-view picks winner. You can call me T-Donk, Beef, the Doctor, whatever you'd like. But come January, there's only one thing you're going to call the other Wizards. Fucking losers!
I would like to address these accusations.
You can address all you want, you fucking handjob.
Okay, well, I would like to know where you were between...
What does it matter where I was?
Because Saturday, 12:24 p.m., group text message from me, Impact picks tonight. We are not picking the Battle Royal. My picks, directly followed by Kevin Rogue's picks. 2:11 on Saturday, Brundon sends his picks. 4:31, Kevin J. Garifo sends his picks.
Yeah.
Nothing from Tony. Nothing from Tony. Mum's the word. 7 o'clock. We picking this or no? Where were you for that whole fucking text message conversation?
I was doing men's shit, and besides,
Did you not get any of those text messages?
No, because after that, some handjob was posting pictures going, hey, our interview's getting some traction. Look at this article. Look at this article. Look at this article.
That
Here's
ain't
here's
right.
the problem. Here's the problem.
There are
We've
seven-
had no.
there
No,
are
this was your conversation.
seven
We've
text
had
messages.
issues before where we've been like, you know what? We got to look out for each other. It's going to be a thing. You know, I get my shit in. If I didn't have my shit in, maybe one of the four of you would have said, you know what? We should give Tony a heads up. Maybe he forgot about picks tonight.
I
Maybe
have
he
you in
hasn't
the
been
group
reading
text
it.
message.
Nobody did.
Tony.
Hey,
No, the whole
hey.
thing is in the group text message.
Send me a single. You know how many times I texted Kevin? I said, yo, dude, don't forget your picks tonight. He's like, I'm on it. Thanks, T-Donk.
Yeah, I
Not
say
one
thank
of
you
you,
because
bro.
it's a nice thing to do. I was still gonna. I missed what picks once, maybe twice in 12 years.
Yeah, but then we had a deal. Like, we were all going to look out for each other and make sure nobody
Tony,
misses anything.
Instead of asking, are we picking this shit? Just scroll up.
I ain't got time for that. I
I
got
sent
shit to
two
do. I'm a
messages
man
about
of
the
fucking means, bro.
I
You don't have time?
Somebody could have fucking hit me up. First of all, it's a dog shit pay-per-view anyway.
was
Why
a
the fuck
great
did we pick it?
pay-per-view.
Oh,
Bite your
fuck
tongue.
off.
You didn't watch it. I'm with KJG.
Oh, great. We're so great. We got to change our name back to fucking TNA. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
All you had to do was look at, see.
What,
that-
would it have been so hard for one out of the four of you to go, hey, Tony, don't forget picks, buddy. It's getting late. One of you. Just one. That would have been it. Just one.
I mean, no, but it's completely unnecessary.
No, completely unnecessary. Come on now. dude.
In my defense, I sent my picks in and then I was gone.
Yeah, you were doing man shit.
I was gone. My
You
picks
were
were in
at
and I
fucking
left.
Lidl's in the parking lot looking
I
at
want to know
benches.
what you ignored all 8 of these text messages.
I wasn't ignoring them, dude. I was doing other shit. And the next thing I
I-
know, somebody happened to tell me, hey, looking forward to the Impact pay-per-view tonight. You know what? I didn't hear anything from anybody. Wonder if we're picking it. So I wrote
in
back,
the-
hey, are
you're
we
in
picking
the
this
fact.
thing?
But why didn't you look at the text above?
Why didn't you tell me a reminder? Would it have been so
The
hard?
last thing in the group text messages, I'm probably going to order Bound for Glory, so if anyone wants to watch it, I'll share my info, and that was from KJG.
This is unbelievable. Judge
You're
Crandall.
unbelievable!
Judge Crandall chiming in. Squad goals, guys. Absolutely right. I thought we were a team.
What? How much?
There's
more-
no I in
The
team.
reminders.
And
are
Brundo, I know
everyone
you're
else's
listening. It's on you too, buddy.
Yeah,
The
Brundon.
reminders are everyone else's picks. The reminders are me saying I'm going to order the pay-per-view. Those are the reminders. That could
So
have
you
been
didn't-
more clear in English.
So when you were done playing fucking Fortnite and you checked your phone and you saw there was 12 text
No,
messages.
thank God I was playing Fortnite because somebody had the foresight to mention to me there was a fucking pay-per-view because none of my fucking wizard compadres did.
There was 12 messages about it.
You know that I get my shit in on time. Nobody thought like
Yeah,
maybe
but
Tony
why?
didn't fucking see this.
What I want to
So,
know.
wait, Matt, I gotta cut you off. So what would be the difference if we said there's a pay-per-view tonight, we have to pick it, as opposed to the other 12 messages that we sent? Who's to know you would have saw that one if you didn't look?
All I wanted was a reminder. Would that have been so hard?
There
How
was
do you
a
know
fucking
you saw
group
it?
text message full of reminders.
Fucking worst. You guys are never gonna admit
So-
you were wrong. Fucking hell.
No, because we weren't. So you are done doing whatever man shit you're doing. Is fucking standing in the backyard in your socks and flip flops, looking at your fucking azaleas.
I had
whatever
my
fucking-
sweats on. It was fucking cold, and I was power washing my fence. If you must know.
Tony,
And it was
just so you
raining.
know,
And it was raining until what time? 12 o'clock. Guess where I was at 12:01? Unfurling the hose and power washing the goddamn fence. Sorry if the fucking awful Impact pay-per-view wasn't on my radar.
Tony, just so you know, we're picking Payback November 4th, and the NWA pay-per-view is this week. I also mentioned last
Oh,
week.
no, we ain't. Oh, no,
Yeah,
we
we
ain't.
are. We're
Oh,
picking-
no, we ain't. We didn't
Yes,
pick
we
the last
are.
one, and we sure as hell ain't picking
We're picking
sophomores or whatever.
Samhain. We are picking Samhain.
Matt, don't forget Crown Jewel in 2 weeks' time. All picks.
I gotta know. You saw the notification on your iPhone. I know you got an iPhone, motherfucker. It said 12 text messages.
No,
You-
it didn't. No, it didn't. Because when I clicked on it, all I saw was whatever the last thing was, getting some traction, boys.
And so you decided that
So you-
saw-
so
see
you
12
didn't
text
get-
messages, you look at one, and that's it.
So
Yeah.
you didn't get any of the pick messages before.
I scrolled up and I saw all these fucking things about Lance Anawahi, and it says
There's
presser,
two
presser,
fucking
presser.
things there.
And it takes up the whole fucking list, and then it's fantastic, great job, buy all. I'm ordering Bound for Glory. So you're all blowing each other and fucking buying a pay-per-view. How do I know we're not picking it? How many times we don't pick Impact shit? We didn't pick the last NWA thing either.
First of all, don't be mad at us because you got to make your font fucking giant and it takes up your whole screen, okay?
You know I'm old and helpless. You know I got a fucking headache because I've been thinking about how you guys fucked me on Saturday.
We didn't fuck you. You got your picks in.
Yeah, because I had other people looking out for me.
Who was looking out for you?
My boy Justin, Inconclusive Breakdown.
Your boy Justin.
He goes,
well,
Tony,
Justin,
the pay-per-view looks good tonight. I said, first of all, what pay-per-view?
Oh, great. How is that any different than
He said
hey,
Impact.
guys,
So I said, I better text him. I haven't heard anything
how is
about
that any
picks
different-
today.
How is that any different than say, hey guys, I'm ordering the pay-per-view. Bound for Glory.
Because
Here's my login if you
look,
need it.
there's a
How is
lot
that
of-
any different.
Because there's a lot of shows that we don't pick that are Impact fucking
we
based.
previewed the show last week.
Did we?
Yes.
Did I preview the show?
I don't know. You did the thing where you do this.
You're right. All right, point for Matt.
But
Fair
you had
enough.
your headphones on.
Fair enough.
This is an L for you, donk. A big fat L.
No, it's not, because I got my picks in, so fuck off.
What did I
Yeah.
Which I'm still sketchy about. By the way. I thought it was an hour before all shows.
No, it's
7:30.
whenever the pre-show starts.
Somebody who
we're
don't know
so-
the rules. No wonder he didn't fucking remind me.
We're so.
I'm gonna fucking jump through this laptop and
Do it, please. Please. I
will
beg of you,
beat the
Chung Su.
ever-loving shit out of you.
I swear to God, if he jumps through that and comes in behind you on the couch, Tony, I'm out. I'm done with this shit. I don't know what kind of voodoo
If he comes on behind me, I might have to turn around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got that extra T-shirt.
That's now we know what a paint stain is.
It's a kid's fucking catch towel.
Wait,
Holy
catch
shit.
kids towel? What did you say?
But no one said that.
What the hell did he say?
Catch towel.
What's a catch towel? Like for my semen?
Use your imagination, Tony.
Like for my goose?
Yeah, what
for
else
your,
are you catching?
For your geese.
What are you catching? Fucking
For
dandelions?
your ganders.
All about animals or birds or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Wow, y'all are funny in the chat.
Oh, they're having a hoot in there. A hoot in there.
Unbelievable.
A hoot. I hope fucking Cold Stone Tim Boston read the message and he knows Eastern means an hour before whatever fucking time.
Oh,
zone
did you
he's
follow
living
it up with 14 fucking messages about our Lance and Hawaii presser? Because I'm sure he didn't go back
in.
and
2
read them.
messages.
Great job, guys. Hands up. High fives all around. Hand jobs for everyone.
Oh, so now you're against us having positive attitudes.
I just don't understand why nobody thought hey, help Tony out.
Because you're a busy man doing adult things, whatever fucking that. Playing Fortnite with your fucking teenage son, you fucking ghoul.
I don't understand.
I'm a
how-
ghoul for playing a game with my son?
Yeah, your kid should be out looking for fucking vag instead of hanging out with pops.
Wow, that's
Playing fucking Fortnite like some nerd.
Now, let
Says
me,
the guy who's done 660 episodes of a wrestling podcast
right.
for the last
Let me-
fucking 12 years.
Let me ask here at Tony, because
fucking hate picks. I hate this whole thing.
at what point in
Oh,
the
boy.
day, right? At what point in the day? Because I'm looking through. I got right once I put in my picks, I was pretty much gone. Right, I went one state over. But at what point would somebody have texted you where you would have got it? Because I'm just like timeline wise.
Oh, here we go.
I'm looking at like 3:31 KJG's picks come in, and then right after that he says the presser, and then he sends the picture here. But like at what time? Because that's
that's a 2.5 hour window that nobody texted you about it.
Just a personal text, from just an individual.
Oh, you just want one, person to person.
Just one person. Hey, don't forget, pay-per-view, 7:30. Make sure you get your shit in.
I got
So-
you next time, Tony. I got you.
No.
get
No,
it.
Kevin, no, don't.
No, don't fuck me. After I go out of my way to help Kevin, how many fucking times?
No,
Fuck me,
that's-
Tony.
That's appreciated because there was no other text thread. That's not true, actually.
He's trying, but he's failing.
No, I'm not fair, but
Oh, you're failing.
I mean, the point is not great. I'll say
It's
that.
great. Courtesy.
Success.
But to me, what am I? Damn, you're right. All right, you're right. I'm failing. When I can't make the argument, I can't make the argument.
I fucking said before we signed off the air last week.
That was Monday! A lot changed in 6 days!
They didn't move the fucking pay-per-view!
No, but my brain moves. You know how many things I'm not thinking about? Pay-per-view. That's what I'm not thinking about.
It's nice to know the podcast is on your mind.
Oh, no, the podcast is on my mind. This fucking nonsense about a TNA fucking show. Yeah, let's call them TNA again.
What's your beef with TNA?
They're changing the name. For what reason?
It rolls off the tongue better than Impact Wrestling.
No, Impact. TNA.
Put fucking Impact into your Google bar. You're not, wrestling ain't going to come up. I know what you
put TNA in your Impact bar. Yeah. There you go.
Smart.
First thing that comes up, Impact returns to TNA.
So gay. Let me see. Oh my God, really? What's this world come to?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm good with it too.
I wasn't sure how I was at first with it because they've like rebranded themselves 8 million times.
All right.
If they're gonna stick with this, I'm okay with it.
I was one of the guys that never like acknowledged that it changed to Impact. I was still always TNA. So
that's why they changed it back.
Can I just make a point? All right, so Matt Googled it, and I got the same thing. Impact Wrestling returning to TNA. Okay, blah, 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 blah. You have to scroll down a good ways to get something that's not Impact. Let me see. TNA Solutions, food processing and packaging solutions. Not even stuff that like what TNA used to be. The Texas Nurses Association. I bet you that's not Naughty Nurses. Like, what's going on? TNA is a leading fashion brand.
Because I don't think anyone says tits and ass anymore.
No, they say TNA. How come Testin Albert didn't come up?
No, they just put in their Google bar fucking blowjob and a bazillion videos come up and then they go down the rabbit hole.
Accurate.
All right, let me put in blowjob. Let me see what comes up.
I got an idea.
I got an idea.
Oh, X videos, Pornhub, X Hamster, XNXX, YouPorn.
I know how it works, bro.
Blowjobs.pro? That's a thing? Oh my God. All right, here we go.
All right,
the
totally.
very next hit, WebMD. How to give a blowjob.
On WebMD?
On WebMD.
What?
Here, I'll share the link.
There's not WebBJ.
Can I put the link in the comments, or will I get in trouble for that?
I don't think you will. It's a
All
website.
right, fuck it. There you go. Yeah, it's WebMD.
Do we actually have pick results for this?
There you go. Everybody following along.
I guess they figured if everybody goes to WebMD to try and remedy their own situations, then they might as well just take advantage of it, right?
That makes perfect sense.
Is there a video for it on WebMD? Like, is it like a lady with a banana with a condom on it?
No, let me see.
Trying to hide your searches here, Double T?
No, not at all. Not at all. Let me see. So, what is a blowjob? We've got.
No, what is a blowjob?
Who can give blowjobs? What is it like to get a blowjob?
Is this all on WebMD?
Yes. The first step before giving your first blowjob is clearing out all the doubts in your mind. What? Dude, what is this?
It's not like it can't be the real WebMD.
No, it's WebMD.com. It's the real deal.
All right. Well, our guest just left because we were having a blowjob conversation, so that's good.
What to know about blowjob safety?
I think that's
Can
a fair.
blowjobs get me pregnant? Is gagging normal? Well, there you go. Everything you need to know. WebMD.com.
We have to stop.
Tim left.
I bet
Here he is.
He's back. All right. We thought we
Fucking poor Tim.
we thought we lost you, Mr. Cold Stone.
We may still have.
Yeah, he
What?
lost.
Cold Stone. What?
You want ice cream? What?
Tim?
Timothy.
Oh no,
Timothy. He's typing. Type.
that's a snazzy looking chair you got there, though. Oh hey,
Well,
Kev.
yeah, he's like
You
a professional.
gonna put him on blast before he can even hear us?
Yep.
Hi,
Send me a
Tim.
message.
Is he
Not hearing anything. Tim's not hearing anything.
Tim's not hearing anything.
He just heard you. He said hi.
No, he just. Let's see.
Could you not? He does not listen, Matt. He just does not listen.
Can we assist him?
It's
here?
deliberate. He chooses.
Tony's deliberate. Yeah, he can't hear us.
Anyone
Let's
can
see.
give blowjobs regardless of gender.
All right, can you not? Can we? He can't hear us.
Well, we got to filibuster a little bit.
Yeah, but
I know, but he just said it.
filibuster with. How about the pick results? Do we have those? HK, do we have those anywhere?
Yeah, I got pick results.
Let's see. How did we do with impact while we wait for our guest here?
Hey, handsome Kevin, you want to know what step 3 is?
Can we take him off the
I
screen
would
until
like-
he figures it out,
Yeah, of course we can.
please? Poor guy's
Hey.
trying to get. He's still here.
Oh, we threw him out. Now he's nervous.
No, we didn't throw. God damn it!
They took me off the thing. What?
Wait, I think he's back.
Huh?
I thought his mouth was moving.
My mouth is moving. Can you finally get
Hey!
I thought he was on step 3.
me? You know what, guys? It's been great, but I gotta go. I'll catch up yet later.
Yeah. Hope to have you on again real soon.
Yeah.
That would have been so great if you left. That would have been top 5 guest ever.
I thought he left because we were talking about the WebMD fucking how to give a blowjob.
No, it's all clinical, bro. No, it's all clinical. It's, you got to put that out there because I would imagine there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing. So, go to WebMD.
Yeah, but does it? I need to what other things does it teach you how to do?
Oh God, you really want to get into this now that we got
not
Tim
right
on the
now
line?
because we got Cold Stone, Tim Boston. Do you have your? What do we call you, Mr. Boston, Cold Stone?
No.
What do you want us to refer to you
That
as?
works. Tim works for me as well. I'm just going to loop it around. If you do eventually drop down that WebMD rabbit hole, that eventually comes back to someone died from doing something by getting a terrible infectious disease. So gauge WebMD with your own results.
Look at this.
I just didn't think it was how to give a blowjob shouldn't be on a fucking WebMD.
Well, let me see. WebMD. Blowjob injuries.
This is a Reddit. This
Gets
is
hit by a car.
It's going to take you to Reddit.
Yeah, there's that book of weird things that people get pulled out of them in the operating room. I'm sure there's an equivalent to things that people went, yeah, this went in somewhere. It's not coming back out yet.
God, dude, I really don't want to read this. I'm not even into the juicy stuff yet. And
All right, you
number
don't
4
have
is-
to. We have a guest, man. Come on.
Well, he brought it up. I figured maybe this is something he wants to explore.
Well, we could do a Patreon exclusive with it later, okay? Tony seductively reads blowjob injury stories.
No,
Okay?
I want to make sure Tim's up on this stuff, man.
I don't think Tim's having these issues.
Well, what if he is? You think he's going to tell us?
No, that's why we need to move on from this for the poor guy.
We got to help him out. Come on, man.
You do not
They're
come to
a
us
Shining
for
Wizards-
help.
Shining
No, and if
Wizards
Tim
after
doesn't need
dark.
help, I'm sure HK could use a little advice.
Hey, I do just fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't.
You would know.
I was hurting all week. You want to get into that?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, come on. Let's focus.
Tim Boston.
Focus, people. Focus.
Okay.
Focus.
Reset.
We got Cold Stone. I'm not going to lie to you, Tim Boston. Never in my life have I had Cold Stone ice cream.
They're pretty much everywhere. That's kind of the weird thing. I think that's been the one thing that's kind of been universal about the character and the gimmick is everyone goes, oh, I get it. They know the sizing, the like it, love it, gotta have it. They know the sizing that Cold Stone Creamery has. They get the, if you do a tip, you sing a little song. That's been the kind of one universal about wrestling and the gimmick.
Wait, if you give them a tip, they sing a song?
Yeah, but just a tip.
I don't bring it back around full circle.
That's what we do.
With the tongue.
Yeah, they used. I don't know if they do it anymore, but there used to be a while they were kind of making your ice cream. If you tipped them a couple bucks, they'd sing a song. It was like some little jingle that was kind of exclusive to Cold Stone Creamery. Kind of in the same way that restaurants do their own spin on the birthday song. It's kind of something like that.
Oh, man. Thank God I don't have to do that on the pizza truck. I fucking
Yeah, I'd
hate
last
that.
at that job about 5 minutes. They're like, "Welcome aboard. Here's the songs we sing." I'm like, about that. Just moonwalk right out of there. So
Moonwalk with style, huh, Tim?
not gracefully, but I would try. And there we go. That's why we're fired. Well, that's one of the reasons we're fired.
We're on the line with Cold Stone Tim Boston at CS_ Tim Boston on the Twitter machine. Well-yeah.com is where you can get all the Tim Boston merchandise. The scooper. Could you pick a worse scooper, man? It doesn't have the thumb thing on it. That looks like a lot of extra work, that giant scooper you have there.
Oh, the giant one? I thought you were talking about these guys. I just had these made.
That is pretty cool, but that seems like a lot of work too.
See, what's funny is you order these from China, and then a friend of yours from elementary school laser etches them in Chicago, Illinois, and then sends them to your house.
And he's Chinese.
That's true.
Full circle.
There you go.
Wow. Oof. What? Where? So the Cold Stone. I want to say Stone Cold so bad, and I'm going to at some point in this interview.
You just did. What?
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that is where did this idea come from? You got the bald head. You have been in the wrestling game for a while
only
now.
for the gimmick.
That's it for the gimmick? You don't have alopecia?
No, I'm afraid not.
I bet you these guys didn't know what. These guys didn't know I knew what alopecia was.
There is a wrestler that a couple of years ago is kind of all his hair fell out, and I'm like, that is so unfortunately, it's something that is beyond his control. I'm not going to drop names because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but it's like, man, that is sweet to just wake up one day and not have to deal with slowly thinning hair. It's just done and over with, quick like a Band-Aid, get it out of the way. Jealous.
You hear that, Tony?
I'm waiting for you to take your wig off, dude.
Well, where does the Cold Stone character originate from? Like, what made you decide this? I'm going to be Cold Stone.
Gotcha. So I trained with Magnum Wrestling out of Omaha, Nebraska, and their original owner, Jason Strife, who unfortunately passed away in December of last year, in spring of 2015. And we were kind of getting to the point where we were putting matches together, and we kind of wanted to start playing off of character concepts, archetypes, and stuff like that, kind of what you associate wrestling. I'm a wrestling garbage man, or I'm a wrestling basketball player, or I'm a wrestling whatever. And the type of wrestling that I'm really into, the type of wrestling that I like, was always comedic, or at least kind of jokey professional wrestling. I love Kikutaro, I love Toru Yano. I love some of the stuff that Hurricane Helms did, where it's that spin on professional wrestling, where it's the audience is along with you, let's bring them on for a ride, and then kind of twist it a little bit where they don't see it coming. That was the wrestling that I really liked, and so I didn't really have a character. I didn't really have an archetype that I could play off of, and this was right around the time that Macho Man was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and so everyone's doing their Macho Man, their Hulk Hogan, their Steve Austin impressions, and I just did the Steve Austin one, kind of had a just whatever. Oh, you want to talk to me like this? That's what you're going to do. Get in my face, get in my ring. What? Just kind of playing off the character. And Strife goes, "That's it. That's what you need to do. That's the character right there." And so it was, okay, now let's do this impression. Now let's shave your goatee down. I haven't done it in a while, but shave the goatee down. Shave your head instead of just buzzing it. Let's get you some black trunks and some big old goofy knee pads. That's your character. And it's what if you're this? If Steve Austin really, really liked ice cream and was so focused on entertaining the crowd that was kind of his Achilles heel? So that's where a character came from, and I've been doing that for about 8 years now.
So what goes in when you decide that you're going to be this parody comedy character? What's the end game for you? What do you expect to get out of it, and what does it take to be a parody comedy type character and have longevity in professional wrestling?
Gotcha. So at first, when I first started, it was what does Steve Austin do and how does he line it up? And it was one-to-one, kind of connect the dots for me. I'm going to watch all these matches. I'm going to watch this footage and the interview, see how he sells down the ring, see how he runs through in his, his Irish whip, see how he connects with his punches and kicks and strikes and things like that. And at first, that was kind of fun, just as a technique, like a case study type thing. But then it was well, now I'm just doing Steve Austin. That's not really a lot of growth for me. So it's okay, how can I mix in the comedy elements that I like? How can I mix in the things that are going to make people funny or make people laugh at me and kind of play off my sense of humor? So it was really kind of just getting the character and the mannerisms down until people were oh, that's Steve Austin, just smaller and in a ring in front of me and not on TV. And then kind of once I got that, kind of figured out and kind of started to wrap my hand around it. It's like, okay, now I can play around with some of the comedic elements, the timing, the payoffs and things like that. So that's really kind of where it started from. The end goal for me though has always been just to entertain professional wrestling fans. That's who I am. I love the small independent shows. That's always where I wanted to work, and I've been fortunate to work for a lot of the companies that I've always wanted to. And then some. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, which is nowhere. It's a flyover state that most people don't even know where it's from. I saw somebody drop a Runza comment in your comments, and that kind of blows my mind that someone knows what a Runza is. But
Asian Joe is from Nebraska.
Okay, fantastic, Asian Joe shout out. That's not horribly racist, is it? Like I didn't just.
No, that's his that's his handle. So
okay, just
and he's really Asian, so it's okay.
Okay. So just Joe to everyone.
What's a Runza?
It's a Runza is a flavored beef, cabbage, onions wrapped in homemade bread.
A cheesesteak.
Delicious.
It's kind of like a cheesesteak.
Yeah, but it gives you the Runza when you're done with
There
it.
you go.
You could get chili and a cinnamon roll. That sounds like the worst combo ever.
You can't. It's not. Oh, those are Midwest staples. Don't even.
Is it like that Cincinnati shit where they're like Skyline chili and it's just fucking chili on spaghetti? Because that's disgusting too.
Yeah, that's
So
gross.
I think doesn't Skyline chili also have like a bunch of cheese on the top of it too?
Man, it's just chili over spaghetti. That
That seems
Sounds
kind of
amazing.
strange.
This looks amazing. I went to the Runza website.
Yeah. They've got hand-dipped onion rings. They have this thing called frings, which is just a mixture of onion rings and French fries. And I thought it was French fries dipped like onion rings, and I was really disappointed when it wasn't.
How are the burgers? The burgers look amazing.
Phenomenal.
I would like a spicy Jack burger, please.
Yeah.
Runza. Of
This
course you would.
episode brought to you by Runza. We'll just
Oh man, can we get some Runza? I would love fucking.
let's just drop down their menu and just talk about their food for the next hour.
Well, no, you're here, Cold Stone, so we're going to talk about you. Anything? Does Cold Stone reach out to you? They give you anything? So kind of
I had a
creamery
local-
outfit or something?
So there's some local ice cream places that do makes that are Nebraska Omaha originals that I've reached out to them, and I've been able to partner with a bakery group here called the Baking Flamingos. They're on Facebook and social media and stuff like that. They do some really cool stuff. And then I partnered with another group called Ted and Wally's. They had an actual like Tim Boston flavor of ice cream. It was called Meat Cake, which had like a buttercream vanilla, and then it was I want to say it was like chunks of apple, and like everything that they make is all sourced from right here in Omaha and like in Nebraska. So it's like the apples are from a specific farm, the butter and the cream are from another specific place. Like they make sure to like reinvest in the community, and those small businesses, they work with them because they are a small business themselves.
Tim, I fell in love with your work. Obviously, when I saw you and Ryan Cruz, I don't know, was that 6 years ago, something like that?
I think
Maybe
that was
more.
So
Yeah.
spring of 2018.
Yeah, and like when you say like your style of comedy, and I've followed your work since I first saw you, just because I like I said, I love what you do in the ring. It is so entertaining. It's fun to watch. Like I've never watched you perform and not had a smile on my face or had my gut hurting from from laughing. And you travel, I mean, all over the place. I mean, have boots will travel. It rings true. I mean, for you certainly. Do you have any road stories that anything funny off the road? I mean, you put the miles on, man. That's one of the things that I love about you. Anytime there's an opening, I always, check out Tim Boston, book Tim Boston. Tim Boston can add to your show. You got a funny road story you can share with us?
Yeah, so I've been very fortunate. I've wrestled in Arizona for a company that's no longer around, unfortunately, but Party Hard Wrestling down in Arizona. I've wrestled all the way up in Wisconsin, down through Arkansas, pretty much anywhere and everywhere in between. It's been great. I would love to wrestle CPA. I'm seeing that comment from Kate in the comments. I would love to wrestle CPA. Funny road stories. Driving back from Wisconsin, I kind of had some runaround on one of the matches that I was supposed to get. It's like, we're going to put you in this tournament. We think this is going to, be the best place for you to showcase your skill and really what you do. And then I see graphics come out, and my name's not on the poster. My name's not in this matchup graphics. I reach out to the promoter and I'm like, hey, just want to make sure I'm still good. It's like 9 hours from my place to your place. Just want to make sure I don't hop in the car just to get told, oh, sorry, I forgot about you. So I get there and it's like, oh, actually, we're going to put you here. We think this is better. And then something, hey, we had somebody call in, so they can't do that. So we're going to put you here. Ah, okay, perfect. It's like, oh, okay. All right, whatever. And the match ended up not going the way it was. It wasn't a place for me to show up. It wasn't even in front of like a pro wrestling crowd, so they didn't even get the gimmick. They didn't like, oh, that's cool. Like, I guess an ice cream guy, whatever. And so I ended up making a 9-hour drive. I was just like, you know what? I'm just driving home. Like, usually I'll find a place to stay or something like that. But, I was like, I'm just going to beeline it straight home. I was that kind of angry where it's like, I think I can just adrenaline through this thing, just white knuckle drive it all the way home. And it's probably about 2 a.m. and I saw something run in front of the car, and I'm like, it's been a while, but I don't think the Midwest has hyenas. Like the shape of this thing looked like a hyena's head. I'm like, I'm just going to pull over. I'm just going to grab some, grab a cup of coffee, maybe just kind of chill out. End up finding a place to sleep. Got a cheap hotel and made the drive home. But probably the funniest story, driving out to Minot, North Dakota, which is 11 hours from Omaha, like on the dot, 11 on the dot. You're supposed to get some really bad weather, but driving out, it was phenomenal. It was like 70 degrees and sunny. It was perfect driving weather. But driving back, we actually got stuck in the middle of a snowstorm that dropped about 2 feet in the 2 feet of snow in the Iowa, kind of South Dakota, Iowa area. And so all the interstates were closed off. We had to take these side roads and like go down highways and like duck back through like real small neighborhoods just to try to make it close to home. We are about 2 hours from home, and we get high centered in the middle of the about 3 hours from home in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we get high centered in this little car that had the wheelbase of like a roller skate. It was so small. And a buddy of mine, he's like, I think we're going to have to get out and push. And what was funny is that he probably outweighs me by about 80 pounds. He was bragging to me earlier in the trip that he had like a 550 pound deadlift. I don't do anything that's close to 550 pounds. But he's like, can you push? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? So as I'm trying to push this car, this really nice van pulls up behind us and they go, hey, are you guys stuck? Which is one of those like, no shit kind of questions. What do you want from me? And he goes, okay, well, I got an idea. And we ended up putting like a suitcase between our cars, and he just kind of pushed us out of the rut. We were able to get through, but he kind of gets out of the car and he's talking to us, and he goes, sir, do you have a driver's license? And he's talking to my buddy that's driving, and the guy goes, yeah. He goes, okay, perfect. He looks at me and he goes, do you have a driver's license? I do. And I'm thinking he's asking these questions because I'm the smaller of the two gentlemen trying to push this car out of the snow. There must be a reason I'm not in the car. And he goes, do you have a driver's license? No, I do. He goes, perfect. Because I don't. And the reason why he was asking that was in the event the police showed up, I would hop in the driver's side of the car to make it look as if I was driving the van the whole time.
That's incredible.
So how much coke was in the van?
It was one of those things of like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. We're on our way home. We're loose. Let's just hit the road.
So Tim, you mentioned in the comments, Kate mentioned you wrestling CPA. CPA is a guy from our neck of the woods and our one of our home companies here in New Jersey and New York. How often does someone from Omaha, Nebraska, how often does a wrestler from somewhere like Omaha, Nebraska run into a wrestler from New York City? Like, how often does that happen?
It's kind of one of those things of like, you'll meet somebody on a show and it's like, where are you from? Where are you from? And you're like, somehow you've met in the middle. I've met so many great people and they're like, where are you from? Oh, I met him one time in this state, but he's actually from this state and I'm from this state, but we met somewhere in the middle and now now we're good friends. So, JCW, JJ Garrett from out in my neck of the woods. He used to wrestle out there all the time. I think he might be somewhat of a regular, or at least a pretty regular occurrence for them. But you just be surprised. It's who you make contacts with, and who you can get on the phone with.
So you have all these great road stories. How frustrating is it for you? You jump in the car, you go to Woodville, Wisconsin. You're in the locked and loaded contract tournament, and you find out you have to tangle with an untrained professional wrestling manager known as JJ Rogue. Is that frustrating for you?
Oh, the worst.
It's one of those things where it's like, those French fries on the way home are going to taste that much better because that's going to be the highlight of my night.
Do you get like an extra a couple bucks for getting in the ring with that chode?
What's really funny is I'm like, let's go out there and have a match. And he's like, and I'm like, all right, I like to think I'm pretty forgiving when it comes to being in the
With
ring.
the
It's
he's
like,
got the fucking vape pen and the sunglasses. He's a real pompous dick. Yeah, sounds familiar. I've seen him. He upset some guy online, lost his mind, made a YouTube video, and I was like, "Oh man, we should get you on the show." And then I'll get this JJ Rogue, and he was like, "No, it's over. It's done with. I don't want to talk to him."
Now I remember that a little bit differently.
He's got a real punchable face, that JJ Rogue. I will go that.
The cage match says Tim Boston defeats JJ Rogue, so I don't know.
I think in one of the shortest matches in AWF history. So
I'm pretty sure that JJ Rogue won twice under Filipino rules, and then Cold Stone came in and did whatever he was doing. The match was already over as far as JJ Rogue is concerned. I can assure you of that.
What is Filipino rules? Do you have a little boy under your jacket? What is Filipino rules?
It's one count.
You don't have this JJ Rogue character. He doesn't have his own cage match. Just
it's remembered a little bit differently.
I'm just saying, you maybe you want to get out, reach out to the AWF and cage match and let them know, like, this guy needs a thing.
Now, that day, and Tim, I don't if you're okay with me telling the story here. That day,
oh yeah, let's interview you.
No. I was gonna tell you here what this motherfucker does. So
okay, wait. Before we get that far, that was the show that the bar didn't advertise it.
It was a shit show. Yep.
It was a shit. It was a lot of fun because of the people that were in the locker room and the people that were on the show. The crowd, I think we wrestled in front of like 6 people.
Oh no, we hit teens. It was 13. Yeah, it was an absolute shit show. But me and Tim are talking beforehand, and we were just kind of going back and forth and discussing normal stuff that we would talk when we run into each other at shows. And so we're in the locker room. Tim sends the referee over. The referee says, "Hey, Tim wants to go 12, 15 minutes, call it in the ring." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure Tim does."
That was an outdoor show in the parking lot, which normally those are fun. They're kind of hit or miss in the Midwest. Like you might have great weather, you might be wrestling in rain, or whatever it might be, and it's every 10 minutes the forecast is changing. But that was the sign that had the giant Help Wanted logo on the front sign, but the E had fallen off, so it just said Help Want D in really big letters. It was like, calm down. Like,
Tony, you didn't tell me they had a wrestling match at your house.
The things you don't need to know, sir.
Is your giant scooper heavy?
It's about 40 pounds.
And if Tony Khan was like, "Hey, I've got to make a 40-gallon giant ice cream vat," would that thing work in it?
I think so, yeah. I've used it to film promos. I'd love to get out to Hood Slam. That's kind of like one of my bucket lists. If I can wrestle for them, I'll die happy. But
wait, so if you died tomorrow, you'd be unhappy?
Yeah. Well, part of me would be like, thank God, that means I don't have to go to work. But there would be a part of me that would be a little disappointed.
Right, the idea of showing up and having to work JJ Rogue again. I fucking want to die too.
Now, Tim has the most, in my opinion, the funniest set of trunks I've ever seen in my life. Tim, can you tell the guys, the listeners about your trunks and how that came to be? Because I was convinced it was part of the humor and part of the character, but it turns out it was not.
I wish. I once when I turned 26, I wanted a custom birthday cake, and I was like, "Can you draw the characters, the number 2 and the number 6, like kind of like mascot characters?" And they're like high-fiving, like, "I want that." And we go to pick it up, and it just said, and it literally spelled out in words, the 2 and the 6 high-fiving, "Happy birthday." I mean, that works too. But it was one of those things of like, this is actually better being ruined than the actual thing coming out. I didn't know what to expect if these characters would have been actually made in icing or frosting, whatever it is. But it's like, now this is funny. I have a great story to tell. So I used to wrestle in bikers. It's kind of very self-conscious. I hit a growth spurt when I was like in 6th or 7th grade. Went from like 5'2" to 5'8" over the course of the summer. I was like in big. It was like none of my clothes fit. My voice had all these like wonky, constantly up and down, cracking and stuff like that. I sounded like I was a 13-year-old for about 3 years. And And so I was just very self-conscious, stretch marks and stuff like that. Plus, it's like kind of this weird skate fat thing, and I'm not an ice cream guy, so whatever. But I wore biker trunks, and everyone's like, "No, if you want to complete the deal, you got to wear the trunks like Austin. You got to wear the black briefs." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so I bought just a plain black pair, and I uploaded a couple photos to Instagram, and I had somebody reach out to me, go, "Oh, I do costume design for cosplay and mascots and stuff like this. I've never worked with a professional wrestler. I would love to kind of break into that, into that field. You know, if I were to make a pair of trunks for you, absolutely free, could you kind of help me get my name out there and have it for, you know, help get like a brag book out there for me?" I'm like, absolutely. Like, as long as they don't fall apart on me in the middle of a match, I'm coming out ahead. This is great. So I worked with another designer to come up with this melting skull. You know, Austin had the smoking skull. I need the melting skull belt. You know, Austin's the bionic redneck. I'm the cryonic redneck, and all that fun stuff. So I worked with someone to make this melting skull logo, which is actually here. I'm trying to do this backwards, and you can tell I'm not very good at doing it.
No,
But it's an ice cream cone. This melting skull. It's got the CS, you know, imprinted in the forehead. I'm like, I think this should go here. Maybe it's something like this, and I just kind of drew a quick mock-up, and it's like, this is to the front. Here's the back. I don't know. Let's put a skull or something here. And I just kind of drew some arrows of where like everything should go. And so once we kind of figured out the design with the graphic designer, I forwarded that whole conversation to the gear makers. They could see, this is why we want the logo here. All my 8x10s and promo photos, matchup graphics are going to be shown from the front. So my logo needs to be prominent in the front. So that way when people see me, there's a connection. That's that guy. He wears that logo. I know that who this is. You know, I'm a big proponent of, you know, people should see your social media and put two and two together. Oh, this is what he's like on social media. This is what they're like on social media. This is what they're like in a ring in front of the crowd. And so trying to have that connection was really important for me. So I just forwarded that whole conversation along. And about 2 weeks later, I get some trunks in the mail that literally have the letters front on the front and then back on the back, and the words "a skull" or something here, like with a little arrow like pointing to my right ass cheek. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is cute. And I expected to get like another package like later in the day. And I just messaged them. I was like, hey, I don't think this came out right. And I took about 4 hours, and I just got the response of, I think I read the email wrong.
I would have totally ran with that though.
So I still wrestle them. The first time I make a debut, they're like my lucky trunks. I wrestle in on the first time I wrestle at a promotion. So.
That is wow, that is amazing. I love that you ran with it. I think that's brilliant. You say, "Give me a well, yeah," and Handsome Kevin says, "Oh yeah." Is he stealing from your gimmick?
You know, I'm really the last person that should be like, yeah, that's stealing. So just run with it, man. Make it your own.
Yeah, but you're above Handsome Kevin here in the totem pole.
What are you talking about? Handsome Kevin's got 2 wins under Filipino rules.
Yeah, my man.
I don't know what that means. And Asian Joe says, as the Asian delegate, I do not recognize the Filipino rules. Rogue claims.
Why? Because he's Asian? He's all of a sudden the delegate? Like,
Right.
Take a number, pal.
Take a number, pal.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many other qualified people that are better to be an Asian delegate than Asian Joe.
You don't know what Asian Joe doesn't in his when he's not.
Now, if he was Filipino Joe, he might have a little more credence, but
Absolutely.
you don't speak for all of Asia because you put Asian in front of your name. Sorry.
So
Am I overstepping my bounds? I don't think so.
So I apologize.
Do you have a favorite ice cream, Cold Stone?
Favorite ice cream? You know, I'm pretty basic when it comes to that stuff. But I'm a sucker for butter pecan. I think that's probably my favorite. I could eat gallons at a moment. So.
Have you and Stone Cold ET ever had a? Because your Stone Cold is pretty good, so I'm thinking maybe you might be him. I'm just gonna put that out there, kind of like how what's his nuts was the karate guy in the NWA.
Oh,
Josephus? Josephus was not the karate guy.
Yes, Josephus was for the guy from Monrovia.
He was not from Monrovia. Stop it.
So I really want to know whoever runs the Stone Cold ET account, if they're tired of getting tagged in my stuff as I am tired of getting tagged in their stuff.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yes, I've seen it. This is good. And then 30 more times, like, still seeing it.
That's what you signed up for, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like everybody's got a joke and you kind of have to run with it. It's kind of the, if you can't take a joke, you're probably in the wrong business. So, you put yourself out there in some sort of public fashion, you're going to get people that are going to support you, or they're going to get people that are going to kind of tear you down. It kind of just comes with it.
Do you get recommended dumb ideas like, oh, you should totally like reach out to Steve Austin and like be his tag partner, or shit like that?
Absolutely. I get just like weird conversations all the time where it's like, hey, do you think actually the conversations I get from random people are, have you ever thought about doing, and then it's a thing that I've done 1,000 times, or it's, are you secretly Tommaso Ciampa? I get that probably twice a week.
God, those people have got to be the worst. All right,
Holy shit!
So,
Dude, it's like that's what it is. I think I had a moment.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that was good. I had a wrestling show recently. I wasn't booked on the show, but I still found a way to make it in the ring. I went as Tommaso Ciampa as Tim Boston during the show.
So did anybody ever recommend to you like, oh, you should be Tommaso Ciampa's tag team partner? You could be like his little brother.
Yeah, that's like at the time, like nobody really had like the big long beard, and so when I first started going mine out, it was a little exclusive for a little bit, but it was like it kind of set me apart. And now it's like, oh, everybody has that. You think everybody in the Wyatt family had these like huge long beards for the longest time. Like the Viking War Party, they had the big long beards for a while.
Tim, you're supposed to be at Raw tonight, says Kate.
I know. Who says I'm not? It might be pre-recorded.
Oh, that's true.
We might be talking to Tommaso Ciampa and not even know it.
Yeah.
Tim, I again love the character, love your work. I mean, every match that I've watched you, it's always laughs and smiles. But if you weren't Cold Stone Tim Boston, what would your who would you be? What would your character be?
Well, I joked that if I ever had to go somewhere that I couldn't use the Cold Stone moniker, I would just be a Gallup poll employee and go by Cold Call Tim Boston, but that doesn't really caught on. So.
I think it has legs.
Cold Stone The Rock.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to drop a link in private chat. This is to the Instagram post that has my funny trunks on them. So what's funny is I told this story to Jimmy Jacobs at a seminar, and he had to sit down. He laughed so hard. So
yeah, and I could have swore the first time I seen you in those trunks, I just thought, man, this guy is a genius beyond. Nobody has this level of thought, and then to find out that it was a mistake, I was a little bit disappointed. But then that you ran with it, it made me that much happier.
It's one of those happy accidents where it's like, now I think people kind of know me as that. I had some artwork done by Rise, who's the same artist and illustrator that does stuff for a lot of the New Japan artists. I think primarily El Phantasmo does a lot of stuff for him. I just sent him a handful of photos, and he's like, I know the trunks I'm going to wear. I know the pose I'm going to draw you in. This is going to be perfect. And just ran with it. So that's why I got some really cool art that I shared on all my social media pages. But yeah, people have kind of connected with it. And I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. Okay, cool. I get it. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things of like, I like to think I'm pretty creative. That landed in my lap, and now I just have to run with it.
With Magnum Wrestling, obviously the unfortunate passing of Jason Strife, I know there was a lot of us out there that were a little concerned of what would become of Magnum, and it seems like Magnum is kind of forged on in a lot of ways in his honor, and it's a lot of great stuff has been happening down at Magnum. What is on the horizon there?
Yeah, so just had a show just a few weeks ago. We've got a show coming up November 3rd. Which fortunately is being moved indoors and not going to be wrestling outside anymore. I think it was supposed to be 55 degrees, probably a little rainy here. We've got a show. I think they're still putting the deal together for December 2nd, and then we'll hit the show big time in January. We always do our anniversary show in January. and I think they're going to be up to anniversary 13. I think that's what it's supposed to be this year. So, but Jason Strife was very good about setting the pace, making it known what he was expected of you when you were in his locker room or in his ring, in his car, if you traveled with him at all. And there's some really good students of his that came up just a few years ago. I think they've been wrestling for about 3 or 4 years. That they said, we're going to take the ball and we're going to run with it. And they've ran in the same style as Jason Strife. But he set such a good example, and he made it clear, what he expected of you. And being branded a Jason Strife guy is something is a big point of pride for me. He's one of my best friends, both in and out of the world of professional wrestling. To have that addition on my social media handle, or to be known as, oh, you're a Jason Strife guy, and people understand, oh, you're a quality wrestler, you're a good person to be around. We always joke that people met Jason Strife with 2 out of 3 strikes already against you, because he was very, very critical of people. He could talk about professional wrestling all day if he talked about the business aspect of it. How do we get more people in the door? How do we get them to come next month, next year? How do we get them to bring their kids next time? Okay, if we're going to put this person on the card, whose the best person to wrestle them? Whose styles complement each other? How are they going to bring the best out of each other? How are they going to make someone better? He was very, very critical about that. He had a very smart mind about professional wrestling. Just being in the Midwest, unfortunately, didn't help him much. If he would have been anywhere else, he probably would have been signed a dozen times over by at any point in his career. But Jason Strife always, set the bar high, kept good people around him. It's been, we've had great crowd responses. I think we had our first show back, the Jason Strife Memorial Show in March. We've had sold out crowds every month, every venue, regardless of where we're at. And Magnum was always a big proponent of saying, you couldn't be a prophet in your own backyard. You might be good at one venue, you might be good at one style, but if you want to be a great professional wrestling company, locker room, form of entertainment, professional wrestler, whatever it might be, you have to travel, you have to get your name out there, and you have to bring the fans with you everywhere you go. And so for Magnum this year to run multiple venues and to sell out, or to get to, very extremely limited tickets available, every time has been great. And Asian Joe pointed out, Magnum Wrestling has been able to give back to the community every year. We do multiple fundraisers throughout the year. Jason Strife had a dog, a little wiener dog that we put on we put on some of our posters, and some of his merch and stuff like that. And so they would do charity drives with the ASPCA, the local Humane Society, things like that, plus suicide awareness shows to help bring awareness to school bullying, things like that. That was something that Jason Strife always was very serious and passionate about.
Cold Stone, when fans buy a ticket for the November 3rd Magnum Wrestling Show, Turning Point, what can they expect if they've never been to a Magnum Wrestling show before?
Yeah, so we put it on every poster. It's Omaha's best pro wrestling, and you're kind of like, well, it's Omaha. I had somebody ask me, it's like, isn't that in the middle of a cornfield? It's power in the Midwest. Everything's in the middle of a cornfield. But the thing was, it's like we have multiple people in our locker rooms and on our roster that have been on television, in dark angles in matches and stuff like that. The security guards that have been on Raw and Impact and and AEW, plus people that have been in the ring and have gotten TV time. Those people are through our locker room and stuff like that. It's you're going to see the next generation of superstar in a Magnum Wrestling ring. And
we are talking with Cold Stone Tim Boston at
no,
CS.
close. You almost did it.
Oh my God! I have it's CS_ Tim Boston on all forms of social media. Well-yeah.com is the website if you want to grab some Tim Boston stickers, T-shirts. He's got it all over there. The Scooper, is the Scooper going to be on there?
It won't, but if you reach out to me, if you make an order or anything like that, reach out to me. I always give away some extra stuff. I have all sorts of stuff that never make it to a merch booth or that I forget about. I'm like, oh, cool, I should give this out. And so if anybody supports me or anything like that, I usually send them something for free.
Nice. That's amazing. I love it. Tim, before we let you go, And we'd love to have you back on. Let's just put that out there now, because I don't even think we scratched the surface with what Cold Stone Tim Boston's all about. I got to ask, because I ask every single guest, male, female, don't care how big of a star you are, because everyone maybe has a story. When was the last time you shit your pants?
Oh. I've come close. You take a bump wrong, and it's your body. You know those movies about like a submarine where they're like taking on water and it's just like the red light? I've had a couple close calls where I'm pretty sure a similar situation was going on in the back of my head. Like those automatic muscle responses. Like you don't think about breathing, you just do it. There was something that happened. I took a bump where I landed a little low and it hit me like right in the stomach. It felt like someone just balled up their fist and just straight jabbed right in the stomach. And everything on my body, eyes, mouth, anus, closed, super tight. And if I think, you can't teach that. That's the kind of thing. You're just born with it.
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, this has been an absolute pleasure. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. November 3rd, Magnum Pro Wrestling out there in Omaha, Nebraska. It's the best pro wrestling.
Beautiful Omaha, Nebraska.
Beautiful. I've never been.
It's we have the College World Series every year. We used to do the Olympic swim trials. That's the thing. Like Nebraska, I don't even know what our state motto is, but I think it should just be changed to, oh yeah, watch. Because we're like so sarcastic and snarky when it comes to stuff where it's like, you can't do Olympic swim trials there. It's like, watch. We'll build Olympic-sized pools in a venue that normally does concerts and bull riding, and we'll make it work.
Their motto is equality before the law.
I thought it was Nebraska. It's not for everyone. I'm pretty sure that's what the travel people said.
So that's what the travel people said. And the funny thing about that is that was actually made up by an advertising agency out of Colorado. So we're not even good enough to brand ourselves.
I thought it was Nebraska. Corn.
Yep. Nebraska. We're also sorry.
You could have been a corn husker. Like that could have been your gimmick.
Oh,
Actually, Donnie Dodge Huska, who runs the Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, his name is actually Huska.
But is he a corn husker?
I think he plays off it. He kind of dressed up. He had like the short football pants. He came out in the Husker red. I think
but I mean like a legit. Like, what if you're in the middle of a match and you just take out a piece of corn and you husk it and throw it in somebody's face?
Okay.
What, the actual corn or the husk?
The husk. The husk gets fucking everywhere. It's everywhere for days after you've husked the corn. Why is there still corn husks in my backyard?
It's like nature's glitter. You can't get rid of it. So, question for it. So the old Nebraska Cornhuskers, whether the Cornhuskers were called the Bug Eaters. Who do you think's what's a more impressive football name? Bug Eaters, Cornhuskers. Who would you not want to face on a Sunday?
The Bug Eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. I go Bug Eaters too.
I mean, are we talking about like
conversation though?
Are we talking about Pee Wee football or like real football?
Like college football.
College football, I'd still go Cornhuskers.
Gotcha.
You would see the Bug Eaters. I instantly think of Mick Foley, and I don't want to line up against a bunch of Mick Foleys who don't care for their well-being. They're going to eat bugs just to get a little attention. God knows what they're going to do on the football field.
Mm-hmm. These guys eat bugs for fun? Yeah.
There's nothing else to do. It's fucking Nebraska.
You guys eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, Cold Stone, this has been an absolute pleasure. At CS_Tim Boston, well-yeah.com. If you want to book them, if there's a promoter out there, let's book Boston at gmail.com, at Magnum Wrestling on Twitter. Give them a follow. November 3rd, Turning Point. It's coming to you live Friday, November 3rd. And there's nothing. Friday in Nebraska. I mean, come on. What are we doing, people? You're going to Magnum Wrestling. You're going to see Cold Stone. What? Yeah. Well, yeah. Goddamn, pal. Have a scoop or something.
There it is.
Tim, thanks for letting me do my terrible impersonation.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I love it. Whenever people come up to me at the merch booth, I'm like, come on, give it to me. Come on, Neil, that's what you want to do. Just hit me up,
And then after they're done giving it to you, then they do the impression, or?
Yeah,
Nope,
I think.
Tim, thank you so much for your time, man. We'll be in touch. We'd love to get you back on. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface with you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, fellas.
Remember, webmd.com.
Yeah.
Search bar. Check it out. Cold Stone, Tim Boston, guys. If you're listening, you're watching, checking it out in podcast form, be sure to follow him, support everything he does. He's got a unique thing going on, and it's actually really entertaining to watch. Just throw it in the YouTube machine, and he does a great job with his gimmick. So, Tim, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Have a
Good
good
to
one.
see you again, Tim. Take care.
Thanks, Tim.
Later,
It's
bud.
never good to see you, handsome Kevin.
Oh, you bitch.
Well, you don't think I was going to get a shot in there? Come on.
That's fucking mean, bro.
No one ever said I was nice.
Tim is whoa, there he is. Oh, there it is. Tim is fantastic. He has got a crazy cult following. I've been to shows where fans bring him like bags of gifts for him. He's one of the true like good guys. He's a super good dude.
Kevin just left. Like,
Oh yeah. Well, see you later.
all right, bye. The fuck, dude. I should fucking throw him out
We
completely.
got 8:35 is Can You Beat That? So we got about 10 minutes. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
And then we can come back. We could do that. And I know, Tony, I'm sure you've been bogged down with work. So maybe it's up to you after Can You Beat That if you need to bow out or whatever. There's still a lot of wrestling talk we got to do.
I'll send you the closer just in case because I updated it. I know we had some
Oh,
Patreon
fancy. I
changes.
love it. I love it. I love what you're doing over there, big guy. You
But
make
handsome
my
Kevin,
heart
what do we
melt.
say all about this time?
What do we say?
Back after this.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Kevin, handsome Kevin, what do we say at this time?
We'll be back after this.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in every Monday night to listen to The Shining Wizards. If you'd like to continue to support us outside of listening, we've got a few ways for you to do that. If you shop at Amazon, go over to amazon.shiningwizards.com, do your shopping as usual, and when you make your purchase, a little bit of that purchase price will go back to support the show. If you like to wear t-shirts, merch.shiningwizards.com will take you to our Pro Wrestling Tees store, where we've got over a dozen great designs from over 11 years of professional wrestling podcasting. You can become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast, and the more you support us, the more things that you're entitled to receive, and believe me, they are fantastic. Continue to listen to us wherever you listen to us on the World Wide Web, and make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Helps us out, and we can continue to bring you the love fest that is The Shining Wizards.
It's time for your weekly lineup of shows on the Shining Wizards Network. On Mondays, check out the latest from Gorilla Brain, featuring the year of Duke and Rogue, covering the history of wrestling year by year. Also from Gorilla Brain is the Tots Pod with Handsome Kevin and Loverboy L, telling people to get off the lawn and reviewing wrestling figures. Also on Mondays, get your horror fix with 30 Screams or Less featuring Steve and Corey, where they review a horror film in 30 minutes or less. Monday nights live, it's the Shining Wizards, where it's wrestling talk and talk about wrestling. Wednesday nights, it's the Mark Order Podcast, covering everything AEW with Ant Money, Kate the Great, Ryan Schlong, and Asian Joe. Get your metal fix on Fridays with Snowy and Aaron on Radioactive Metal, the longest running metal podcast on the planet. Saturdays, it's High Five Tom and Will Mercier on ROH Revelry, covering the history of Ring of Honor. On Sundays, it's Inconclusive Breakdown with Justin and Vince, covering the week in pop culture, politics, and more. The Shining Wizards Network also features other great shows, including Bread Club, where Kieran and Matt cover everything New Japan Pro Wrestling. The Brocast, where brothers Alan and Tom watch some of the greatest and not-so-great matches in wrestling. Turnbuckle Throwbacks, where the Impact Playa Phil Rhea discusses current wrestling while paying homage to the past. And Wrestling Night in Canada, where Snowy, Matt, and Dustin put a north of the border perspective on the world of wrestling. Enjoy all the great shows on the Shining Wizards Network. Entertainment, here.
A wiki, bow, 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 banana, bow, bow,
I like that song.
All right. It's catchy, ain't it?
Yeah, it kind of, what does it say? Slaps.
It bangs, it slaps, it
Bangs,
fucks. Matt
slaps.
drops his food.
Oh
What
man,
you eating there, Matt? Got a nice snack?
Get some snacks.
He's feeding the floor. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna
Oh
eat
yeah, down the hatch.
it. Oh no, gross.
100%. I was gonna eat it.
Oh.
So
What
we
is
didn't have
it?
any kitty litter on it. Fruit snacks.
Ew, did it have
yeah.
kitty litter on it?
No.
I don't know, man. Nellie's always hopping all over everything over there.
Was it kitty
she
bitter?
is.
Ugh, kitty gross.
All right, so we got
Snacks.
Can You Beat That coming up soon.
Oh, do we?
Hi. You could talk. I don't have to do all the talking, do I?
No, not at all.
You
Not
kind
at
of do.
all.
You want an update on the picks? I know you asked about this earlier, Kevin.
Oh, by the way, file sent. So check your email.
Okay. Tony and Kevin are tied. 206, 84, and 2. Brendan Haney sits in second place, 196, 94, and 2. I am 4 games behind Brendan at 192, 98, and 2. And HK's bringing up the rear, 188, 102, and 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
KJG went 5 and 2 at Bound for Glory. Brendan and Tony went 4 and 3. Me and HK went 3 and 4. We all lost on Josh Alexander.
And we all lost on the Monster Ball.
Steve Macklin.
Yeah.
Hey,
What else?
this is Moose.
What else did you guys pick? 'Cause I feel like everything else was pretty much in lockstep. Other than I know I was the only one that picked Bullet Club.
Well, I took Mickey James.
Hey.
Because we never got the finish to her story, right?
Oh,
Before she
everybody's
got-
got a story now.
But
Jeez.
before she got hurt, it was she's going to wrestle until she loses the title, right? That was the idea.
She's gonna be joining her husband soon.
Yeah.
Relax.
But I agree with Tony. But I don't. Trinity is still relatively new, and she's still very fresh and still like the hot new deal in Impact. So to me, there was no shot of them taking the belt off Trinity.
Tell you
Trinity.
what, the hot new deal. Tony would like this. Tony, there was a spot in the women's match where Trinity used her legs to smush Mickey James' butt in her face.
Yeah, big
And
old
then
butt
Mickey
smush.
James rolled out, and she did this.
Did she really?
Yeah, she said, "Don't threaten me." And then she said, "Don't threaten me with a good time."
That's what it's all about, man. I'll tell you right now, if you want to keep on this Impact TNA train, tell you right now, this show was great. I'm glad that Matt, you got to at least watch. Did you watch the whole show, or did you watch just?
No, I skipped the women's tag match and I skipped the Rumble because I didn't have enough time.
Wait, was the women's tag match even on?
It wasn't. I skipped.
Nope.
No, I skipped the four-way match. The we're gonna lock everyone in a room for 24 hours.
Oh, the Monsters
and then-
Ball. Matt, go back and watch that. That was a pretty good plunder match.
I'm sure it
So-
was. I just had there was time constraints.
Oh,
I
of
wanted to
course,
make
and I'm
could
sure I
get it
can
in
guarantee
before.
you. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what matches you did watch. You definitely watched Ospreay, Mike Bailey,
Oh yeah.
and I'll tell you right now, I'm not the biggest Speedball Mike Bailey guy, just because not because of his in-ring ability, but because he just doesn't appeal to me like character-wise. He does nothing for me. But I'm telling you right now, dude can go, and he always could go. And that match with Will Ospreay it was the match of the night. And for other reasons, I will say that if you're gonna go watch this show, watch that. I would watch the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, even though I hate the finish, even though I understand it.
I don't like battle royals, and I just don't.
So this show, Bound for Glory, to me had it all. Like it was like, as Dusty Rhodes would say, it was a buffet. You had your workhorse like spot wrestling fan match with Ospreay and Bailey. You had a great tag team match with the Bullet Club and the Rascals. You had your plunder pillar, great stuff with the Monsters Ball match. You had a nice little battle royal, nice little Royal Rumble type gimmick with the Call Your Shot gauntlet. You had the main event was really more strong style, probably more strong style than I've ever seen Alex Shelley work. So Alex Shelley being in there with Alexander was awesome, and people will probably like show me wrong on this, but it was a style of match I've never seen Alex Shelley work before. So that was awesome. Trinity and Mickie James, fun, serviceable women's match for the belt. Super fun, super great, and the finish was awesome. And then immediately after the match, Trinity embraces Mickie James. I'm telling you right now, this show had something for everyone. Sonny Kiss, our dear good friend Sonny Kiss, is now in Impact Wrestling, so that's dope. Broski returned, and I'm just saying, I'm just throwing stuff out there.
He's in the fucking World Titan Federation in MLW with that fat piece of shit Saint Laurent.
I watched MLW this week.
MLW's I'm back in on MLW, but fucking the Titan Wrestling Federation sucks a bag of dicks.
You said butt fucking, by the way.
Tell you right now, if you can, go out of your way to watch that Bound for Glory pay-per-view. And now TNA is back, baby.
KGG also said serviceable women. I'm just throwing that one at you.
Oh, look, aren't they all?
It wasn't the best match in the world, but it was fun to watch, and like the butt spots and all that stuff, and the submissions and
butt spots. Is that what they leave on the mat?
It was fun.
Is that like slug trails?
It was like your pin stains, Tony.
By the way, why do Greg and Kyle look like they're in the same fucking room, just on opposite sides? You got something going on here?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with Kevin, KJG. The Bound for Glory, from what I saw, was great. I enjoyed Saban Kenta. The main event was good. Ospreay and Mike Bailey was fucking bonkers. And I have a question for you guys after. Can you beat that about Will Ospreay? Do you want to bring in the challenger first?
We can bring everybody in if you want. It's up to you.
This ain't my game. This ain't my game. Show,
you asked
bro.
me a question, so I'm answering your question. You can't be a dick if you're looking for information. I give you information. What are you fucking answering questions now? What are you a question?
Take the wheel, Jesus. Fucking run your show.
What, dude? Fucking relax.
I'm fucking calmer than you are.
Great tug.
Talking about great tugs? Is that what we do?
Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw.
I don't like the hostility that I'm walking into right now, man.
No, it's this asshole to my left. Wait, this way. This way.
Yeah.
I gotta turn my whole body around.
Kyle is very familiar with the asshole above him and the asshole to his right.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this asshole? Like here?
Yeah, the guy that's now under KJG.
Hey, Kyle.
Neither of you hold a candle to Brian Knobb's asshole, but I mean, you're pretty good assholes.
Ooh, that would make a great candle holder if you think.
He's never asked me either.
You can hold a lot of candles in his asshole, let me tell you.
Yeah. I thought Scott Steiner fucking loosened that shit up for him with all the Sharpies.
Are you willing to spend $35 on the candle just to stick it in his asshole?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm not
how
gonna
do
lie
you
to
know? Wait. How did you value the candle at $35 to stick in his
They got
asshole?
him at Lidl's.
No. Pre-Lidl, though, we went to Lowe's, and I walked by a candle display, and they were selling jars of candles for $35.
You bragging?
No, I remarked to my wife. I said, who would pay $35 for a fucking candle?
In the meantime, she's like, I don't know, and she's putting it in the cart.
She's putting it in my asshole.
Scott, George, and Kate, I'll get to you later. But anyway, Matt.
What?
I lost my train of thought.
Because you were thinking about Kate and Scott.
Yeah, because they said that I don't support women's wrestling, which is not true at all.
Yes.
But it was a Brian Knobbs candle holder joke, and I lost my train of thought.
Because you were thinking about how much you hate women.
I heard it. I was backstage. I heard it. Serviceable.
Serviceable.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, technically.
No, it was a good match. I expected
match,
more, is what I'm saying.
Those women are very serviceable.
They did good for women, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Piece of shit. I'm taking them out. I'm challenging.
Would you give him an extra star if they kissed?
No. I mean, I didn't see the whole thing that you did.
Oh, it would have been super duper fun if they made out.
The
HLA?
match was good. What do you want me to do? It was fine. I thought I expected more out of them. They're two very
Of course you
talented
did.
women. All right.
That
shit motherfuckers.
The candle is going deeper into Brian Knobbs' asshole is like Kevin sticking his foot in his fucking mouth during.
No, I didn't say anything.
No,
wrong.
the match was fine. It was decent. It happened. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Quit while you're ahead.
Where's Alex Shelley?
All right. Well, Kyle from the Apron Bump Podcast. Me and Handsome Kevin have done a couple of his shows. We have a good time, and he's here to challenge the champion, Mr. Greg Cherry.
Oh boy.
Fan of the 4-2 Pittsburgh Steelers, and he has a belt tonight. What happened? Oh,
wait,
there
did you
he is.
send him? Did you send him the belt?
No, I didn't
No,
send him the
this
belt.
is the one I had, the one that I won like 5 years ago.
First of all, I'm going to move tonight's contestants to the top row. There we go.
I can powder. I don't need to be here for this.
No, you can stay. It's fine.
No, I can just come back in. This is about the game.
Yeah,
It's
and then
not
you go
about
Baba
me.
Booey, Howard Stern's penis, and then you disappear.
Did I do
Oh,
that
what
last
fun.
time?
Yeah, several times, yes.
Did I really?
Quite
Yeah.
often, yes, you did.
Oh, I won't do it this time.
Just stick around, bro. Where are you going?
All right, there's a lot. I'm not going anywhere. I would just drop out so the champ and the challenger can have the screen.
It's fine. Everybody fits, as you can see.
It's like
Till the
Brian
one day
Knob's
when
asshole.
this lady met this fella. Wow, I'm so glad somebody laughed at that.
It wasn't you. I was laughing at Matt.
Oh.
You stink.
I don't know, man. Greg's got his fucking game face on. I don't even know if he's alive. It might just be a stick figure there or something.
No, I'm just trying to think of how I don't want to buy candles for a while.
Not from Lidl's, anyway.
I did not Lidl's. Lowe's, fucker. They're much cheaper at Lidl's. Come on.
Fucker.
Yeah, he bought the bench from Lidl's.
Oh, he puts the candles from Lowe's on the bench from Lidl's, and then he
Right.
sits down on them.
Yep.
Right outside of Matt Lydell's driveway.
Fucking boo!
Yep.
Fucking boo!
It's gonna work one of these times.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep using it.
It'll work in episode 661 when we forget about it. I'll bring it back.
That's enough.
So, Kyle, what's the strategy for tonight?
What's the strategy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta have a game plan.
Well, I'm gonna take him down first of all.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Take his pants off.
Oh, yeah?
I got a couple candles, couple lavender scents.
Oh, yeah?
Man, I think you can write the rest.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is Matt Lydell gonna be there?
Oh, that's fun. That's great wordplay.
Great.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun, the barrel of laughs next to me, Greg Cherry, our returning champion. Greg, how you feeling tonight, man?
Not too bad, but I hope he buys me dinner first before he does that.
I would hope that goes without saying, right?
I would hope so.
It is the dinner.
How's the remodel coming along there, Greg?
Well, I
Slow?
have more room in this office, so that's a plus.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully in the next month it'll be all done. And
Is that a casket in the background?
what's that?
Yes, it looks like it,
Let's
right?
just
Is that
play
a-
the fucking game.
Is that a coffin in the background?
It's vanity. It's like pieced apart.
I see.
No, what about over your other shoulder? It looks like a casket.
Does look like that.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the casket.
Can we play the fucking game, please?
It's a poker table.
Oh, where are you gonna poker? Huh?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I hardly know her.
All right, Greg, I'm always settle down.
Matt Lydell.
Lydell.
Greg, you're the returning champ, so you know the rules. Kyle, you're familiar with Can You Beat That?
I am familiar.
All right, since you're the challenger, I'm going to give you the two topics. You're going to get to choose which one you want to play first. If the person who decides they're going to answer the question with however many answers they're going to give, they need to get each and every one of those answers correct. If they miss just one, they lose the point. However, if they get all of the questions correctly, they will get the point. First to two wins. If we are tied at one apiece at the end of the first two questions, we go to the Nut Cruncher. And I think that's about it. Any questions from the champ or challenger?
I'm Gucci, man.
Okay, we got two no's. We're ready to play. Gentlemen, for the Can You Beat That Championship, I wish you both good luck. Mr. Kyle Bump, we're going to start with you. Your two topics. Great events at a great arena has 11 possible answers. And
A Winner Is You has 7 possible answers. Which question would you like to play?
Give me the great events.
Great events at a great arena. Question number 1. The world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, has hosted 11 WWF/WWE pay-per-views since 1985. How many of those pay-per-views can you name?
You pose a great question. So there's 11?
There are 11. Now, I just want to let you know, there was a live event on October 3rd, 2015. And even though it was a live event, it was not your typical pay-per-view / whatever you want to call them. So that does not count. That's not one of the 11.
I think I got 4.
Okay, Greg. Kyle says he has 4. You have some time, but the question to you is, can you beat that?
I'm going to go with 5.
Kyle, Greg retorts with 5. Question to you, sir.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just getting myself worked up, trying to get the blood flowing. I'll let him take it.
All right, Greg's going to go with 5. Greg, question to you. Madison Square Garden has hosted 11 WWF/WWE pay-per-views since 1985. You said you can name 5 of them whenever you're ready.
WrestleMania 10.
WrestleMania 10 is 1.
WrestleMania 20.
WrestleMania 20 makes 2.
SummerSlam 1998.
SummerSlam 98 makes 3.
The 2000 Royal Rumble.
2000 Royal Rumble is 4.
And the 2008 Royal Rumble.
That makes 5. Greg Cherry is on the board. The champ goes up 1-0. I'm curious, Kyle, which ones did you have in mind?
Well, I had Survivor Series 2002.
That is also on the list.
I had WrestleMania 20, Royal Rumble 2008. And I was going to guess WrestleMania 1. I don't know if that's correct or not.
WrestleMania 1 is absolutely correct.
Okay.
We are missing 4 of the pay-per-views. Anybody else? I want to open the floor. Anybody else have any ideas?
Survivor Series 96.
Survivor Series 96, yes.
Did we say SummerSlam 98?
Yes, we did say that one. We've got 3 more to go.
Oh no, that's Meadowlands.
I gave these
Yeah,
questions
Matt,
to Tony, so
Matt,
I'm out.
Yes.
Give me a decade. There's got to be a 93 in there.
No 93s.
Give me a decade.
I mean, they're all 3 different decades. So.
Give me a decade.
80s.
Was 88 SummerSlam 88 at the Garden?
SummerSlam 88 was at the Garden.
That makes sense.
2 more to go.
Let's see. Got to be a 90. Damn, do I dare say freaking SummerSlam 90? No, because 89 was at the Meadowlands. Was SummerSlam 90?
No, SummerSlam 90 was not on the list.
That was 90 was Philly, I think.
Anyone else? Final guesses?
Did we say Rumble 2000?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
It's got to be some like bullshit like late 2000 like it's got to be something this year or like in the last couple of years maybe.
Is it during the brand when they were doing separate brand pay-per-views?
Maybe.
Give me another decade, T-Donk.
The 2010s.
Oh, 10s.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's got to be a.
I feel like there's a recent one. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're off.
Yeah.
I mean, 2010s ain't that unrecent.
Well,
it was in our backyard, people.
Well, we know where MSG is, Matt.
Yeah. Right. You would.
Not my backyard.
Fair enough. The main event was Rock and Cena against Miz and R-Truth.
Survivor Series 2000.
Somebody said it was 2011.
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
Well, we're missing one, and this one's from the 90s.
We said Survivor Series 96?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
It's a match made in heaven and a match made in hell.
It was a SummerSlam, but it was 91.
Yes,
Son
it
of a
was
bee sting.
SummerSlam 91. Yes, it was.
Damn.
Well, there you go. Greg is up 1-0, and Greg has control of the board. Question number 2, champ. The category is A Winner Is You. Question is, in March of 1987, Nintendo released Pro Wrestling for the Nintendo Entertainment System in the United States. That game had 7 wrestlers. How many of them can you name?
I knew that's what this question was about. Knew it.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've ever played that game.
Oh.
Yeah, but Kyle's like 13. He doesn't know.
I am. It was 6 years before I was born.
Can I say 0?
You got to give it at least 1.
Say 0.
I guess I'll go with 1 and try to make one up.
Kyle, we're in a weird position here. Greg's confidence doesn't seem too high. Is he playing you? He says he can name 1.
I'll say 2.
Kyle's got 2, Greg, and Greg waves it off. Kyle, your chance to tie. A winner is
87?
you. March of 87, Nintendo released Pro Wrestling for the Nintendo Entertainment System in the United States. 7 characters in the game, 7 wrestlers. You said you could name 2 to tie it up whenever you're ready.
So Hulk Hogan?
Oh, no.
No?
Oh, my God.
I've never heard of this game in my life.
Wow. I guess the committee picked the wrong one for the Nut Cruncher on that one. Wow.
God.
Starman.
Damn.
I can name all 7, T-Donk.
Give me 1 second. I don't know if we've ever had that situation before.
I mean, I guess Ric
All
Flair.
right, Greg, in fairness, who would you have guessed? What would you have said?
I know it wasn't a licensed game by either company, so I didn't have a clue. I honestly didn't have a clue. That's the extent of what I knew.
And Kyle, you never heard of it, huh?
Not once in my life until now.
Oh,
Wow.
my God. I got all 7, Tony. Matt.
Yeah.
You want to trade back and forth, Matt? Do you know him?
Well, Matt came up with
okay.
the.
I'll go with you, KJG. I got him.
All right.
All right, who wants to start?
I'll go. I got King Slender.
King Slender is 1.
The Amazon.
Amazon makes 2.
I got King Corn Khan.
That makes 3. Close enough.
Starman.
Starman makes 4.
Fighter Hayabusa.
That's 5.
Great Puma.
That's 6.
That was the one that took me a while to figure out because I don't know if I ever saw Great Puma.
You can't use Great Puma, but he's the final boss.
He's the final person, exactly. Yep. Yeah. And Giant Panther.
That's the 7. Matt, I feel weird about that one. That's kind of strange, no?
I say we call it a mulligan, and I think
you got the Nut Cruncher.
I say we go Nut Cruncher. Let that be the deciding one.
I don't know if that's fair to Greg though.
I was gonna say it's a strategy thing.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that's true.
You could have let me go with 1, and I would have got it wrong.
I didn't realize it was a fake wrestling game with unlicensed. Sounds like a shitty game. You guys just rattled.
Oh, it was amazing.
It's the greatest game ever.
It's not the greatest, but it's definitely
I
up
know,
there.
of course, obviously.
It's a nostalgia thing, but
for its time, it was the
yeah.
most fun game to play ever.
Wow, they jump right down your throat, Kyle.
And actually,
sorry.
He's not wrong.
I don't know what you're holding, handsome Kevin.
That's the Amazon.
That's the Amazon.
Well, artist rendition of the Amazon.
Kyle's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Man.
Yeah, grow up, Kyle.
Sorry, I'll go buy it right now. I'll go fire up the N64, right? That's what it was?
No, original Nintendo.
Oh, suck me off, you original Nintendo.
I'm telling you, man, there was no better thrill than playing that game for fucking hours.
Yeah.
I got an idea. I got an idea. All right. So
I got an idea.
I'm officially declaring that Greg Cherry won the match. However, in the interest of fairness, I can give a third question. If Kyle manages to score the question, we can bring Kyle back for a rematch next month.
Oh boy! Like what do they call that?
A mulligan.
No, it's what is
Call your shot, rumble shot.
There you go.
It's like you can win the diamond ring, and if you win the diamond ring, you cash it in next month.
The proving ground question.
Oh, it's an eliminator question.
Yes, an eliminator.
Contenders match.
There you go.
Hope there's a tournament.
So we're cool with this? We can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg retains now. Is it Kyle or...
Does Kyle get to challenge again next week? Do we give Kyle another shot?
Next week, next month.
Next month or whatever,
No,
December. I
week.
think we're booked for November, whatever. We'll figure it
Every
out.
week.
I don't
Every
know.
week.
Yes, all day or day. All right, since this is a sort of bonus question, I'm going to give the question right to Kyle.
I say you give it to Greg first because Kyle's getting the chance here. Kyle's getting the second chance.
All right, I will give Kyle the topic, and he will decide if he wants to play or pass. We'll do it like a true nut cruncher. Kyle, the topic is hardcore heavyweights. Do you want to play or pass?
I feel like I got to earn my way in, so I'll play.
All right. Hardcore heavyweights has 9 possible answers. 9 wrestlers have held, not simultaneously, both the hardcore and WWF/WWE championship, not the world title. WWF, WWE championship, and the hardcore title. How many of those 9 can you name? Take a minute, think about it.
Ooh, you pose a great question.
That's what we do around here.
A very interesting question. A question with many answers. 9, actually. Let's see. Just a lot of names. A lot of names rattling through the old cage here.
Sorry, I'm gassy.
It's okay.
9 wrestlers held the hardcore and WWF/WWE championship.
What a unique distinction.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's very fun.
And Matt has not seen this question, so Matt can play along eventually. He's writing down answers. Greg's writing down answers. Kyle thinking. Kevin's jotting things down. And HK is just shit-eating grin. Oh, boy. Huh.
It's just so many hardcore champions, you know?
Yeah.
So many multiple-time hardcore champions, too.
I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, but I think the real question is
The other
who
way.
was,
Think
how
it the
many of
other
them
way.
were the world champion?
Yeah. All 9 of them.
Allegedly.
You would never think the number's that high, but here we are.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Ah,
You all right, kid?
I just thought of one.
Matt Lydell is not on the list.
Oh, damn.
He should be. Should be on every list.
Should be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
It's
Matt
Brian
Lydell
Hobbs.
should be in the Hall of Fame. I'll stand by that joke forever.
All right, Kyle, what are you thinking?
I'll say 4 for now, because I'm definitely confident on 4. I can
4?
maybe conjure up some more if need be.
Greg, Kyle says he's confident with 4.
I'm going to go 6.
Greg is up in the stakes.
Greg,
He does not
my
want you
man.
back next month.
Fuck you, Greg.
Just knock on the wall. He'll hear you.
I'll open my door. Hey, where?
Greg, shut up.
We're trying to film a podcast.
I will say 7.
We got a game going
Man,
here.
look at Mr. Big Nuts.
Yeah. Look at him.
Kyle's up to 7. Greg, the question to you is, are you going to put Kyle's corpse in that coffin behind you?
I'm going to let him have it.
All right. Kyle, for your chance to come back and challenge once again. The question, hardcore heavyweights. 9 wrestlers held the hardcore and WWF/or WWE title, not the world title. Out of those 9, you said you could name 7. For your chance at redemption, whenever you're ready.
We'll go. Sorry, I just thought of one. I need to jot it down before I forget.
Well, you have to go with 7.
Yeah, no, I had
No,
6.
he's just jotting another one down.
I was just talking out my ass. We'll go Mankind.
Mankind is 1.
Damn, how did I forget about him?
Go Kane.
Kane is 2.
Give me Undertaker.
Undertaker is 3.
How about Rob Van Dam?
Rob Van Dam makes 4.
Big Show.
Big Show is 5.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy makes 6. We are 1 away.
This last one I'm not super confident on. Oh, you know what? I think, yeah. JBL, Bradshaw.
Bradshaw makes 7. Kyle has done it. Wow. Wow.
Oh, man. Throw them up. Throw the horns up. Thank
Wow.
you, JBL. Come on now. Jeff Hardy just came out of my ass at the last second.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I will pose this to Greg first. Greg, did you happen to know the other 2?
Kurt Angle was one,
Kurt Angle is definitely one of them. We got
Really?
one left.
and I cannot think. I can't believe I forgot Kane and Big Show.
I would have never guessed Kurt Angle, by the way, so that's huge on your end.
Because I remember Kurt Angle won it and then like immediately lost it. Jericho.
That's the other one.
Oh.
Those are the. I forgot Foley, and I would have never guessed Kurt Angle and Jericho.
Foley was the first hard.
I'm aware, but I totally forgot about him. That's awesome.
We got congratulations all around. Congratulations, Greg, on defending the championship. Congratulations to Kyle for earning that shot at a rematch. This turned out fucking great.
I had fun.
I might have to pull some more rare wrestling video games for next time.
Suck my chode, bro. It's not even a real game. What was it called? Wrestling up my ass, huh? Wrestling you?
Just
Close.
wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
I'm telling you, man, in its time, it was the greatest thing ever. It was.
Okay.
It may have been before, like it was a better game than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That
Better
was
game
my
than
first.
Data East Tag Team Wrestling.
Yeah, better game than a WCW vehicle.
Oh yeah.
It's debatable.
It had a real referee like that would actually count the pins and make the count for the outside. Like, it was
What do you mean that's
revolutionary.
debatable? Do you even know about Nintendo WCW?
It was the worst game ever.
I played it. I
Oh yeah,
dabbled.
World Championship Wrestling was a terrible game.
Well, like Revenge?
No! See, that's why you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I think Paul
WCW started in 1997, guys.
I mean, he's not lying.
Lytle?
All right,
Matt Lytle?
Get him out of here. Get Matt Lytle out of here.
Follow Greg Cherry at Greg Cherry Brand. Visit Linktree Greg Cherry Brand. I don't know what that dr.ee whatever. Follow Kyle at Apron Bump and visit his Linktree at Apron Bump. How does the Linktree work? Don't you just type in Linktree? I mean, I don't know what that weird shit is.
That's how it links to the site, and then you can see all my links. I have my YouTube there. I have my social media there. I have my merch store there. If you want to just send me money, my birthday's coming up, so go ahead and do that. That's in there too.
Fuck yeah! Happy
When's your birthday,
Greg?
Greg?
November 5th. Couple
Nice.
months.
Oh shit!
Tony,
Yeah.
day after the Crown Jewel, we pick that pay-per-view.
Is that when we're doing this?
That's your warning.
What?
Can you send us an email to remind us that what we're doing in November?
Yeah, I can. I can do
Okay,
that.
cool. Thank you. I'm getting old and feeble. You know this. And yet you still take advantage of that fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hate.
Yeah.
Don't hate. Congratulations.
Matt Lytle.
Kyle from the Apron Bump Podcast at Apron Bump on the Twitter machine. He also has a Linktree/Apron Bump. This Wednesday, they're going back to Bash at the Beach '96.
Hell yeah, brother.
Who you got there? The Tim King Show is dropping the third leg, dude.
Oh, yes. That's his wiener, because I'm all about dick jokes, as you brought up in the beginning there, Matt. Like, I'm just one walking dick joke. I'm so much more than that.
Yeah, but
he makes fart jokes too.
Yeah.
I know what you're good at, dude.
Thanks, man. I
Hey,
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
He's a fantastic skedaddler.
Eat my ass, Kevin.
Awful lot
Take
of
you,
yeah,
Jimmy Del Rey, asshole.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lather up, heavenly body.
Wait, do you dance
I
like
will
that too,
lather
Handsome
up.
Kevin? You do
You
that
damn
shit?
right I dance
He
like
does.
that.
He's got painting on his ceiling in his bedroom.
And as soon as I start dancing like that, Kyle starts skedaddling over.
Yes, skedaddle all over you.
Well, as long as HK doesn't roofie you like Jimmy Del Rey does and then rapes you.
He would
allegedly.
never.
I thought the British Bulldog did that.
No,
Yeah.
he did.
Nah,
Jimmy
boys
Del
being
Rey
boys.
did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Didn't Diana
Asked-
write in her book that she would wake up and her asshole would be sore?
No, that's Brian Knopf.
That's Brian. Not
Full
After,
circle, everybody.
Holy
after,
shit.
after a trip to Yankee Candle.
Greg's done. He just threw the title down. He said, fuck this shit.
Craig's like, I don't want to be associated with this shit.
No, it's fine.
Oh boy.
Well, you guys are fantastic. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad.
Thank
it
you.
worked
I'm
out.
glad I do this.
Well, Greg and Kyle will be back next month for a rematch. I just got to figure out where in the calendar it's going to go.
Half
fit it
past
in.
Cal's ass. Even if we do it in the beginning of December, we'll make it a little holiday festival kind of thing.
First of all,
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Well, this got awkward.
Because it wasn't before.
Yeah, you guys could go. See you next month.
Thanks for
Support
having
Kyle,
me, boys.
Apron
It's
Bump,
been a great
support
time.
Greg Cherry. Yeah, it's been fun having you guys, man. This was cool.
I'd do it again.
You are.
You are doing it again.
Yeah, shit.
Take your fucking penis jokes
Guess
and
I
get
got to, huh?
lost.
Whoa.
Get out of here.
Okay. See you later.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
Bye, Cal.
All right, see you guys.
Greg, the champ, is out of here. Greg, we'll see you next month, champ.
Sounds good.
Congratulations again, Greg.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you, Kyle.
Fuck you, Greg.
Wow, what a dick.
That was fucking brilliant. Holy shit.
I was very surprised that neither one of them had any like inklings as to pro wrestling.
It didn't shock me as much with Kyle, like being on his show. I've talked about older stuff before, and it's like, man, you don't know that shit, like nothing. I don't know. I don't remember how old he is, but he's a younger cat.
Well, I don't know how
but
old
it's
Greg
just-
is
it's
either.
just like
so.
it's created such like a. It's one of those things that creates like a legacy. The more older it gets, like it creates a new. It's one of those things to me that like creates like a new audience every so often, especially with emulators and the amount of wrestling fans there are in the world. And
I got a Hal Haney art piece with all the characters from that game on
Yeah.
it hanging up.
Yeah.
you know?
I think he does good shit.
Yeah, he does.
That's just like the fact that like you and me rattled off all 7, and Great Puma was one that I was actually that took me forever to get Great Puma because I almost forgot about him because I don't think I ever got to Great Puma. So,
I never did.
Yeah.
Oh, I beat that fucker.
All right, great, Tony.
Bro,
With who?
Hayabusa outside the ring. Keep kicking him in the fucking head with the back brain kick. 20 count. You're the champ.
Who was your go-to guy?
I always liked Starman just for the fucking
The
somersault
star
drop
kick?
kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the plancha to the outside was so easy to hit on people.
Starman was easy for a kid to gravitate to, for like as a playable character.
Oh yeah, cartoon character for
Yeah.
sure.
But Amazon with the
Oh, he would choke you with the bone and then look at the referee.
but he would
and go
also
like,
do
"No,
like
I
the
didn't do
spit,
anything."
like he would do like the spit thing, right?
and he'd
Too, like-
bite you on the head.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazon was a cheating fucker.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That Amazon is. Not you.
Oh.
Not you.
There were a lot of good playable characters. Giant Panther, who's like supposed to be the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Each one of them had like who they were inspired by.
I mean, I don't know who the fuck Starman and Amazon were inspired by. Maybe Missing Link for Amazon.
I think Missing Link was Amazon, but each one is inspired by an actual performer, an actual talent. I just don't remember how they all map up.
Slender would be who? Lex Luger?
No, Slender would probably be Flair.
Flair, I think.
Oh, maybe Flair. Yeah, yeah.
LA.
Starman is based on Mil Mascaras.
There you go. That makes sense.
I was gonna say the Patriot, but the Tom Brady version.
I don't think he was around then.
Yeah, it's
That's a
way
very good point, yeah.
before the Patriot.
Nelly, get down. So look, we got Gunther is at 500 days as the IC champion. Oh, Nelly's gonna knock everything over.
Can I just tell you something before I bounce? I really want to tell everyone how much I love Kate the Great. She's been sending me all these wonderful reminder texts while we've been doing the show. She wanted to remind me that Raw was on tonight and that NXT is on tomorrow. I never would have remembered if it wasn't for her, so thank you so much, sweetie.
Sweetie.
Sweetie!
See, because at least she's giving me courtesy. She's doing me a favor.
She did mention in the chat that she was going to send you text to remind you of all these shows.
I just can't wait. Kate, you got to remind me for the pay-per-view this weekend.
Are we picking the NWA? I would love to pick Samhain.
Yeah, I want to pick salmon. Next week I'm going to pick trout. The week after that I'm going to pick tuna.
Look, I got the card right here.
All right, hurry up and read the card. I got to go.
I want to hear the card for NWA Samhain.
Samhain.
If you count the pre-show, there's 15 matches.
Oh shit! Time to
make
make up some ground.
I might be with Tony on this.
Oh no, I need to pick it.
All right, at the pre-show, Jordan Clearwater and the Country Gentlemen will be taking on Zion and the Outrunners.
Oh, who the fuck are the Outrunners?
Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd.
Oh,
Those
great.
The Beverly Brothers 2024, right?
Truth and Turbo.
They're a
Wonderful.
very entertaining tag team.
I'm sure they are. So are Yabo and Gago.
Loser leaves the NWA match with Rolando Freeman as the special guest referee, Brady Pierce against Rush Freeman.
Gee, I wonder who's leaving.
Four-way match to determine the number one contender to the NWA World's Women Champion, Samantha Starr against Misa Kate against Tiffany Nieves against Celeste.
Is that like Camille's Italian sister, Celeste?
I don't know. The tag team match for the NWA United States Tag Team Championships, Daisy Kill and Talos, the champs, take on the Immortals, JR Kratos and Odinson. Your No Limits match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, EC3 versus Tom Latimer. Kenzie Page defends the NWA Women's Championship against Ruthie J. The Pillar to Post NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship match, Colby Carino against Joe Alonzo. Your NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, Pretty Empowered, Ella Envy and Kylie Page, take on Natalia Markova and Taylor Rising. The Knights of the Round Tables match for the NWA World Tag Team Championships, Blunt Force Trauma against Knox and Murdoch. A submission match, Jax Dane against Blake Bulletproof Troop. A Riddle Box 6-man tag team match, Violent J and the Brothers of Funstruction, Yabo and Rufo, take on Vampiro and La Rebellion.
I wish they'd jump off the fucking Rufo.
Yep. A rock and roll tag team match, the Southern Six, Kerry Morton and Alex Taylor, take on the Headbangers.
It's only two of them.
Mosh and Thrash. The Burning Lake Brawl for the
Thrasher.
NWA National Heavyweight Championship, Thrill Billy Silas Mason against Chris Adonis.
Hope he kicks Poyo between her fucking legs.
Who?
Thrill Billy, because you know she's going to come out and he's going to have to kick her.
Well, that their relationship is falling apart. He's turned his back on her.
Good, he should.
Why?
It's a big back to turn on.
Why would you do such a thing?
Come on, Poyo. Chicken of the sea. Really? We
He
get it.
guy's the
It's not
champion
clever.
now. He thinks he's too good for everybody.
He is.
He's not. He's fucking garbage.
He's your national champion.
He ain't my national champion. I didn't pick him.
Why are we picking any of this?
Devil's Last Dance Ultimate Hardcore Tag Team War.
Oh boy.
If Sal and Gag's team loses, they will be forever indentured to James Mitchell, Judias, Max the Impaler, Alex Misery, and Magic Incorporated. Cody James and Magic Duke. Magic Jake Dumas take on Sal the Pal, Gags the Gimp, Koa Laxamana, and Magnum Muscle, Dak Draper, and Mims. And then Matt Cardona has a match against TBA.
All right, now we're talking. I'll take Matt Cardona versus TBA over everything else that you just said before that.
I'm gonna fucking order this.
Some of the matches are interesting.
I've been watching the NWA and they are telling good stories. Now look, this is a lot. 15 matches is a fucking lot.
Yep.
But I'm really invested. EC3 Tom Latimer, the story they're telling there is great. Really
It should be a good
hammering
match.
Really hammering home the fact that Camille is back in the enforcer role where she was when Nick Aldis brought her back in.
She's gonna kick Tom in the dick.
How many of those are gimmick matches?
Only like
the
four,
whole,
right?
The whole pay-per-view is like it's a gimmick pay-per-view.
Oh, is it?
It's the whole that they're calling it like the
Samhain.
Yeah, Samhain, the most
electrifying pay-per-view in sports entertainment.
The most like dangerous dark pay-per-view ever put on. They're all fucking gimmick matches.
Did they really get a TV deal?
Yep.
With the
Two
CW,
of 'em.
yes.
I don't buy that.
Why would you not buy that?
I just don't believe it. Who reported it?
We went through this last week with the Vince McMahon's not doing creative anymore.
Yeah.
I need to know who reported it, Matt. That's all.
Everybody's fucking reported it. He was on Busted Open. It's on Fightful. It's on Wrestling Observer. It's on PW Insider. It's on WrestleZone. It's on Sportskeeda. WikiLeaks. It's everywhere.
Sportskeeda.
It's everywhere.
God, how?
It's in the fucking notes.
I know. I read it today, but
it was in the fucking text earlier the week.
Sorry, nobody sent me a personal one to let me know.
Well, Kevin, if I would have realized what we were talking about tonight, I would have.
No one sent me a personal message to remind me about NWA being on the CW.
And then the idea, and then there's gonna be two shows. There's gonna be the NWA wrestling show, and then rumor has it that there's gonna be a reality show following Billy Corgan as he booked
that's right.
behind the scene look at Billy Corgan. And look, man, the CW is a huge land. That'll get it in more or just as many houses as SmackDown on Fox.
No way they have that many houses.
CW? I think CW is just included in everyone's it's not part of cable.
It's basic. Yeah, it's over
It's
the air.
broadcast TV.
Oh shit, that's right. I always forget about that.
No,
I don't think
shit.
that CW doesn't have a big following.
I mean, like SmackDown was on CW. Like SmackDown was on My 9. My 9, CW, they all UPN 9. They were all the same channel.
CW's what here? Channel 9 or Channel
9.
11? It's
No,
Channel 9.
WPIX is 11.
But PIX isn't part of any network anymore?
What do you mean?
Well, because it used to be like WB and
No,
not
PIX is channel 11. It's over the air. It's 2, 4, 7, 9, 11.
No, but for years it was like there was UPN and WB. That was it. Like Channel 11 used to be WB and Channel 9 was UPN before it all became CW.
Correct. And then UPN became either CW or My 9, and then My 9 became CW.
So CW is channel 11 in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? You're right. It was WP, but it's still no one refers to it as CW.
No, it's
CW is channel 9. I'm
WPIX.
telling, it's got to be channel 9.
No, it's My 9, and My 9's got a loose affiliation with Fox.
No, Matt, I understand your frustration with me.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm on the website here.
But
when I go to my cable box, it says WPIX.
See,
It's
Kevin,
channel
somebody
11 though.
Right, channel 11.
Yes, but it's under the CW network banner.
But the CW is channel 9.
No, it's My 9.
No.
Who's reporting it?
Yeah. Is this
Mike Johnson.
CWTV.com.
Is this
I
Sean
don't know.
Ross Sapp? Is
Doesn't
this your
sound
boss, Matt?
trustworthy.
It's not my boss.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a new segment where I blatantly refute every reputable reporter's.
Yeah, with absolute nonsense.
And I'll be like, no, hogwash. That's what we're going to do now, from now on.
Yeah, but it's not even a reporter. It's the fucking CW website.
I'm just going to refute everything that's a fact.
Here, you want? Tell me your zip code. I'll make you feel better. 07052. All right.
Jesus.
Channel 11. Okay.
Valuable airtime instead of sleeping.
This is great.
Sleeping?
Yeah, I'm
so
punching
fucking
out.
old,
Once
dude.
we
You're
solve
so
the CW mystery, I'm out.
Holy shit.
Is
All
it
right,
over?
well,
Did you win?
we figured out the CW mystery.
That's huge.
They just haven't announced a date yet and when it's going to be on. But I'm all in on the NWA. I'm all in on the NWA and MLW. I've been watching tons.
Yeah, I can't wait to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch the NWA on TV.
Samhain. Samhain. Give me a Samhain.
Samhain.
Nice.
Salmon.
All right, Tony, are you leaving or
I'm
you want to stay?
leaving.
Do you want to
No.
stay for this question, Tony?
All right.
Right, this isn't what I was going to go with because I was going to talk current, but When did the NWO peak, and when should they have ended?
When did the NWO peak?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say NWA.
No, the NWO, the new world order. Like, when did they peak, and when should they have like just been done with the NWO?
When did they peak? I think they were at their best. They probably were at their peak up until and including when they added X-Pac. Because that group, you can kind of see like that they were all the rebels. After that, it gets kind of very convoluted, conflated. Then they're stripping titles from people. The Giant was in, he was out, he was in. But then after that point, like when they started needing like a B squad and who was going to be in charge of this, and then they had the Wolf Pack.
So to me, the key word here, is it peak or is it plateau? Because like I feel like they were plateauing and they were on the same level. When they peaked, they just stayed straight for a long time. So like there was eventually a decline, obviously, but they plateaued for a long time after like at that peak.
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. Handsome Kevin, while you ponder, do you think there's a pinpoint moment where we could be like, okay, this moment is when the NWO should have been done with?
Finger poke of doom, maybe?
No, it was probably before that. I mean, I don't think it should have ever been done with, because as long as you're hot and as long as you're still the top act in the company, there's no reason why you should stop it.
Nah, it got fucking really bloated though.
Oh, of course it did. It got bloated, but like if you were trying to establish an invasion, now I'd say the split would probably be the Wolf Pack. Like when Lex Luger and Sting joined the Wolf Pack, I would say that's when like it started to go.
What about when they started bringing in like people like the fucking Big Boss Man and VK Wall Street and all that shit? Remember they were actively like recruiting people.
Loved it.
Okay.
Because you have to have bodies to feed the Sting. You had to have bodies to feed the Luger. You had to have bodies to feed to the Giant once he got kicked out. Perfect. Loved it. I love the fact that it was gang warfare, and the fact that you still warfare, and like it couldn't just be 4 guys taking on an entire company. You needed more bodies. Like you needed them. Like it had to be done. Now, whether or not they chose the right bodies, I'll stand behind Vince and joining the NWO all day. That was perfect. But Wall Street was probably a bad choice. I don't think Norton was a bad choice. I don't think Bubba was a bad choice. Yeah, but again, like you said, like it's dry, rinse, repeat. Like wash, rinse, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there's only so much you can do. But I there's nothing about the NWO storyline until maybe the split to the Wolfpack that I would change.
But I think you can disband the NWO and do the Wolfpack could have just been the Wolfpack. They didn't have to be NWO Wolfpack. Like you could have, like NWO peaked, and like you said, and then they plateaued. You should have just killed it, right? When you had the chance.
Well, the storyline wasn't as cut and dry when they first started the Wolfpack. Like they were still, like some of the guys like would still come out even when they did that soft split, and like Conan would be coming out with like this guy, and then he would still be in the team with the guy that came out with Hogan's crew. There were many teases of soft splits between the group, but once Wolfpack happened, like you didn't know who was with who. Like Conan, like it wasn't the bet. Like, the split to me is where it kind of falls apart. But I still don't think it was terrible. When I wish you would have had more. Like I'll tell you, Kurt Hennig joining the Wolfpack made no sense. Absolutely no sense. That was silly.
Well, Kevin, hold that thought, and HK, we're going to get to you. But before Tony falls apart, I think he's going to go and catch some shut-eye. But next week, we're going to come back. Big Halloween show. Or Tony will be back next week. We're not going anywhere. Me and
I'll be here
Kevin,
next week. Yeah.
Yes, Tony will be here next week for the big Halloween show. So, but I know I don't want to keep Tony. I know you're going to you got a very adult things to do and text messages to ignore.
That's kind of hurtful.
And
now
we
I'm not
can
going to be
be-
able to sleep tonight because you're being hurtful to me.
You'll fall right fucking asleep. I'm
Fuck
surprised
yeah, I will.
You might have
With
painted
my
fucking-
stupid brain, I forget things easily.
You might have painted eyeballs on your glasses. You might be asleep right now. I don't know.
Paint doesn't blink.
Good night, everyone.
T-Donk, be well. We'll talk soon. We'll see you next week, big guy.
Love you guys.
Love you too,
Tony.
there,
Have a good night.
Chucklehead.
I really do.
All right, so HK, you've been pondering for a while.
Yep.
Give me the skinny. What do you got, big
So it's kind of hard for me to say when they peaked, because when I think of the NWO as a faction, I want to pull out feuds that I loved, right? Because the feuds of the one that sticks out to me is Savage and DDP, right? Savage and DDP, I think that is the best feud, and DDP against the NWO is maybe the best feud in WCW, especially during that time period, post NWO era. So it's hard for me to say that they would have peaked prior to that, just because that's the one that resonates with me the most. Is that DDP Savage feud? The ending of it, quite honestly, had they not gone NWO Wolfpack, because I once they started doing Wolfpack and the two squads and all the other kind of bullshit, it really started to suck. Like it was losing traction prior to that, but then it really started to suck. If they would have kept with a core group of guys, like I like Tony's answer, right? When Waltman was there and they kind of felt like that group of rebels. I never liked that VK was with them. I didn't think that Bossman had a spot with them. That part of it just seemed a little bit silly to me. So the peak for me is definitely, because boy, when was that? 90? That would have been 98.
What, when X-Pac joined?
No. Savage and DDP.
That was 97.
97. Okay, so 97, and I don't think they obviously hadn't split to that point. So that's when I think they probably that's my favorite, I guess, era, because I think NWO Mosh was great in WCW, very enjoyable. I mean, the madness was all over the place. As far as ending goes, the split, right? When they split into the two factions upon one, I think, Matt, you made a great point, like having the Wolfpack, right? Don't be NWO Wolfpack, just have the Wolfpack.
But
right?
But the whole derivative of the Wolfpack is from NWO.
Oh,
and
right, but you don't like when when DX disbanded and then Triple H went into Evolution, they weren't like DX Evolution.
Right.
But because it's completely no one were the same members. They didn't take people from DX and put
Right,
them
but
in
you can break off. You don't need to be the NWO Wolfpack. You're just diluting the program.
Tell me when. Now I'm kind of like being hypocritical here, but tell me when they came down.
Well,
to
that's a surprise.
Tell me when they came down the aisle and wearing NWO shirts, but in different colors. Tell me that didn't get your brain going and be like, wait a second, what is this?
No,
they're
Kevin,
wearing NWO shirts and they're red and black. They're not.
I hated the NWO.
What's that?
I hated the NWO.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so that's your agenda then. You just
But
hated
no,
the
it was
NWO.
always because it was always the same. Every Nitro ended the same way.
Not everyone. Trust me,
Oh
man.
my
I literally just went back.
God.
I literally just went back and watched 1996 NWO moments in my YouTube. Literally just did it.
But that's the beginning. That's the beginning. 97 to 99, every Nitro ends the fucking same.
Big dust up. Big dust up.
How
at the
was
end of
that
the night.
not fun for you as a youngster?
Because you knew it was going to happen. Kevin Nash against Lex Luger in the main event of Nitro. It goes a minute and a half, and then the NWO hits the ring. Change the channel. Don't care.
Luger won the belt on a Nitro.
Who made better NWO members? Right? VK Wall Street, the Big Boss Man, and Vincent, or Conan, Buff Bagwell, Scott Norton.
Oh, the latter for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you. If you saw the NWO as an invasion of WWF talent, then you could make a case for those guys. Because as Kevin said before, Sting and Luger and the Giant need to beat guys, right?
Yeah.
They gotta beat the shit out of people. Like you can have a company brawl with only 3 guys on one side and the whole company on the other.
Right. So like those guys who are ex WWF talents, Like they make sense.
But hadn't VK and I mean obviously Bossman have been there for a while already.
Yeah, but you know what are you gonna?
But here's the other thing: Eric Bischoff, if you remember that promo, said that all these WCW talents have 30 days to convert their WCW contracts to NWO contracts, and then that's when Buff Bagwell joined, and then eventually Ted DiBiase gave the contract to Wall Street, and then Bubba joined in that big brawl with Norton, and then and so like. And then eventually, if you remember, J.J. Dillon eventually said that Buff Bagwell's contract was valid, but Big Bubba's and VK Wall Street's weren't. So, like, they ended up being out of the NWO eventually at some point. So, like, the only two people that I can tell off the top of my head until that WCW to NWO contract conversion thing happened, the Giant was the only one that wasn't a former WWE guy.
Right.
So, and then you had Buff join because Eric delivered that ultimatum. And then Scott Norton and Big Bubba ended up joining. The Big Bubba one didn't make sense 100% because he got destroyed at that on a night show beforehand anyway, after he thought he was in.
The Nasties were in for like what, 10 days?
No, Nasties weren't even in. So they were offered in, and then once they came out to the ring, Hogan said, I didn't sign the contract, brother, so nobody wears our colors unless you're signing the dotted line. And they beat the shit out of the Nasties.
I swore they were in for a week.
They beat the shit out of they were courted. And then once they put the shirts on before they signed the contract, they were done. Beefcake thought he was in. They beat the shit out of him at that first Road Wild, and then he became the Disciple eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I can talk about, and Matt, this is a terrible time to bring up the NWO because I can talk about it all night.
It's not. I mean, it was so hot, but it just fucking plateaued for so long.
I loved it, man. I loved it all the way through. Like even after the finger poke of doom, when you had that NWO Elite come back, when it was Hogan, Hall, Nash, Luger, Bagwell, and Steiner. All right, so here's what I'll say. This wasn't a peak, but like they should have got rid of everyone else other than those guys. So, but the fact that they still kept Horace and Bryan Adams and Vincent and Stevie Ray and even Kurt Hennig to a point, the fact that they kept them around diluted the whole image of the NWO being back to an elite status.
Do you recognize Disco Inferno's NWO elite status?
I never wanted to, but I kind of have to. Ugh. Elite? No. NWO? Yes.
He was in the NWO elite, according to Wikipedia.
I mean, I guess I have to. Like, but I don't consider I consider him more NWO than like I consider Louis Spicolli NWO.
Who would win in a fight, NWO 2000 or NWO Elite?
Well, they'd be fighting themselves.
No, NWO Elite is Hogan, Nash, Hall, Bischoff, Steiner, Bagwell, Luger, Miss Elizabeth, Disco Inferno, David Flair, Torrie Wilson, Rick Steiner. NWO 2000 is Brett
Rick
Jeff
Steiner?
Jarrett,
Rick Steiner was never an NWO Elite.
Associated member, inducted by his brother, but never fully joined. NWO 2000, Brett, Jarrett, Kevin, Scott Steiner, Ron and Don Harris.
That's right.
Mark Johnson, the referee. Look out, people. Medeja, Shakira, Tylen Buck, April Hunter, Pamela Paulshock.
Well, the question is, do Shakira's hips lie?
I think Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Scott Steiner cancel each other out.
Exactly.
Yep.
So there's Brett, Jeff, Ron and Don Harris, and Mark Johnson against the Hulkster, Eric Bischoff, Buff Bagwell, Lex Luger, Disco Inferno, Miss Elizabeth.
If you remember, Eric Bischoff wasn't even in NWO Elite that long. He was just there for that one night and didn't really show up with them that much later than that. I would go NWO 2000.
So would I.
Yeah, I think the Harris brothers they're a problem.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question here? And I know it's I guess adjacent to NWO to, I guess one guy at least, Big Boss Man, but it came to my head here. Who had the best last run or the better last run in the Federation between the Boss Man and Davey?
Boss Man, 100% Boss Man.
Boss Man?
Boss Man wrestled Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
and Davey came back in that weird. He was part of that weird 6-pack main event, and like he wrestled in fucking jeans.
Yeah.
And he
wasn't
teamed with
long
the
for that
and then he
world.
teamed with the Main Street Posse at said Survivor Series, I believe, at the Garden. That may have been the Garden.
So is there a bigger like twist between two guys? Like, because you could definitely say that between their run prior to WCW, that Davey was head and shoulders above Boss Man's run, right? Is there a bigger flip flop?
I wouldn't say head and shoulders. Boss Man had a great run in WWE.
Yeah, but Bulldog was main eventing a lot of those in your houses with HBK and Brett.
Okay, fair.
I mean, you could make the point that Boss Man was.
I was thinking
pre
WCW the first run, but you're right.
you could make the point that like Boss Man was main eventing house shows with Hogan when he was the champion in like late 80s. But that last run, I think you got to go Boss Man.
You got to go Boss Man. Bulldog had like 3 good months, and then he became like I said, he teamed with like the Mean Street Posse and was like jobbing to like, test and shit like that. So yeah, Boss Man wrestled Undertaker at WrestleMania. Like that's his second run after years in WCW, a decade in WCW.
And he got dragged on the coffin.
I did that shit with the Big Show.
He's got the coffin. He got hung at a WrestleMania, and the shit with the fucking dog kennel from hell. He made him eat his dog.
Yeah, Boss Man. And then the way that he came back was so awesome too. Like I remember, like it was yesterday. He has like the security gimmick on. He has a ski mask on, and he takes it off. And you're like, motherfucker, that's Big Boss Man.
That's one of the last like returns that actually shocked me.
And he did it again because like when Booker T was feuding with Austin, he came out in like a suit and then destroyed like Austin. And then we thought like, oh my God, is Boss Man getting another? It didn't end up happening. He was teaming with like Bull Buchanan and Albert the next week. But like, but yeah, Boss Man hands down. So this would be Boss Man's second tour as opposed to Bulldog's third.
Right.
So Boss Man's second is 100% better than Bulldog's third.
Okay.
Without a doubt. Oh man, I'm getting pumped about this install. I love talking about old wrestling, man. And it's 9:30. It's not even that late.
So I wanted to bring up the NWO thing while Tony was still here because it's been something that was on my brain. So I like that. It was a fun conversation. I want to ask you guys this, right? Kevin and HK, I don't know how much of Will Ospreay you've gotten to watch. Is the 2023 Will Ospreay run the greatest year we've seen a wrestler have ever? He's had 2 amazing matches with Kenny Omega, multiple matches with Shingo, Chris Jericho, Speedball Mike Bailey this past week. Who the fuck am I forgetting?
So Matt,
Zack
while he's
Sabre
thinking
Jr.
about that, can I just throw a random thought out there that I thought about while I was watching the Ospreay Bailey match? There's no reason why Will Ospreay can't be the biggest star in the world right now. There's no reason why he can't be. And I was hoping that he wouldn't do like the bow to respect to Mike Bailey after their match, because during that match with Mike Bailey, he seemed like the biggest piece of shit heel ever. And then the more I'm watching this match, the more I'm noticing like, all right, guy's got some size to him. Guy can talk. Guy has a good look. And I'm thinking there's no reason why he can't be at least at the top of the card. WWE champion, AEW champion. I know New Japan and Rev Pro. I get that. I understand that. But like, there's no reason why he can't be the guy in wrestling right now. It's like, so it doesn't answer your question fully, but I think you understand where I'm coming from in terms of how I feel about Will Ospreay right now. Amazing.
I guess it kind of depends on how you view like best year. I can say this: I have not seen every Will Ospreay match. What I have seen of him, I have thoroughly enjoyed. to Kevin's point, great in the ring, good on the mic. Like, there's nothing that when I see him, I go, wow, this guy doesn't have this, or he can't do. Like, he is fantastic. He's one of the guys that when you see, you want to see more of. But it's just like, that's such a, what are the parameters to best year? You know what I mean? Is he having the best collection of matches in the course of a year? Yeah. I mean, I would say ever is tough. Ever's always going to be tough, but yes, he is having an unbelievable year.
You know, Ric Flair doing 300 shows a year.
Right.
Like, in this day and age when you could see every Will Ospreay match, like, I don't think there's anybody putting on better matches.
And I wouldn't even bother to argue with you about that. Not at all. And I'm telling you right now, what he does in the ring is only amplified by his smugness and his like, he's such a freaking heel now. It's so awesome. Like, I love it. Like, I'm all in on Ospreay now. What I always was as a performer, but as a character, dude, incredible. So take that for what it's worth, I guess.
The only guy that comes to mind, and this might be just my favoritism of them, and because he's made people look amazing, and it's Gunther. Everybody, like, he works with maybe not the most talented of guys and makes them look unbelievable, makes you believe that they have a chance against him. Like, he has had an incredible year. That's the only guy that comes to mind where I go, okay, I could see an argument there. And that's just based upon what I've seen. I've seen a lot more Gunther than I have Ospreay. But I've seen more Ospreay this year than I have at any other point in my life. But Gunther would be the one guy where I go, boy, it might be 1A.
Like, if you watched Raw this past Monday, Gunther had a tremendous, awesome match with Bronson Reed, who is a tremendous talent, but, like, who really, at the end of the day, who really knows much about Bronson Reed?
And who can make Bronson Reed look like that?
Dude, his match with Chad Gable, like Drew McIntyre, the match with him and Sheamus at the cast, like, come on, dude, Gunther's had a great year.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed's New Japan run too is severely underrated.
Okay,
after he got released from WWE, he worked Okada and stuff. Like, he put on fucking banger after banger, Bronson Reed. But Gunther's a great call too. He just hit 500 days, right, as IC champion.
Yeah,
500.
So there's a couple things that I would like to talk about, and then it all ties in with Ospreay and then Gunther. Will Ospreay is a free agent in February. And he has said he is open to move to the States and work WWE. He is loving his time in Impact Wrestling. And he definitely had I think his quote was, he's had the funnest time. Where is it here in the news? His time at Impact was the funnest he's had in wrestling. Had the best time competing for Impact Wrestling. And he said he wants to come back before his contract expires in February.
Well, they're going overseas to his neck of the woods, so he'll be over there.
Yeah, he'll be part of that, and you know, AEW is obviously going to be in the mix because Tony Khan's got that big dick money there. But we are now, because this leads me to this too, and a lot of people I don't think are, a lot of people kind of poo-poo this idea, but just hear me out here. Ace Steel started backstage at Impact this past weekend in Chicago. Right. He's a producer. CM Punk was backstage.
Yep. At the taping.
Yes. It was yesterday's taping, right?
Correct.
And he talked, according to the reports, he talked to everybody that wanted to talk to him, and all reports say that it was very positive. If you're Anthem, do you open up the purse strings for CM Punk?
I mean, yeah. Like, I mean, that's a one-word answer. Yes, you do.
Do you see that as a disappointment if he doesn't end up in the WWE and he chooses Impact?
Well, here's what, Kevin, I'm sorry. Kevin, if you have a thought on this, you can go first.
I was going to say, if I'm Anthem, I probably, unless it's very, very reasonable, I probably don't. I'm a huge CM Punk guy, probably always will be, but I don't know. So they're on Access TV. Are people going to flock to Access TV on, was it Thursday nights, to see CM Punk past his Here I Am? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. And then furthermore, if Impact, right, is in terms of the three promotions is often looked at as kind of the redheaded stepchild, right? They don't get nearly as much push online. You don't hear about him nearly as much. Am I disappointed if he doesn't go to WWE? Yeah, I think there's more interesting things for him to do in WWE, and I don't think that unless CM Punk's super reasonable, I probably don't open up that checkbook.
So here's the deal. Nick Aldis went to Impact for a few months and then went to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason on this planet why CM Punk can't stop in Impact if they pay him a lot of money. They're going to have to pay him a lot of money, or he can be that guy, because he visits at Impact a lot. He respects the company. He visits there, and he could probably take a pay cut knowing that it's only a stopgap to WWE. Now, will that dilute his WWE presence? To your point, probably not. But yeah, if I'm Impact, I pay him whatever he asks for, or at least negotiate close to it, and then let him stay for a little while, a couple matches. Let him fight your Josh Alexanders, let him fight your Alex Shelley's, and then he can make his move to WWE if that's indeed on the table. I have no idea if it is or it isn't. But if I'm a Impact, 100% pay him whatever he wants.
What's going to be your return on investment then? Like, so if you're paying this money for him to be a stopgap, right? 6 months, 1 year, whatever it is, you're paying him, and you're saying fucking blow it up, whatever he wants, bring him in. What's your fucking return going to be? Eyeballs for CM Punk. And when CM Punk leaves, are you keeping the eyeballs that you paid an astronomical amount for?
So I mean, it's just like anything else. You bring somebody in, and then maybe they like what they see with everything else that you have to offer other than CM Punk.
A lot of money. That's a lot of money to take a chance.
But we haven't put a dollar value on it yet. So like,
but I think Impact is criminally under. I think Impact might be, if not the best show on TV, it's 1A.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's criminally underrated. It's not easy to find.
Yeah.
But if
if you pay $1 a month on YouTube, Matt, you can watch Impact every week.
I mean, I've got Impact Plus, and I can watch it like a day later.
I have Impact Plus,
right? But I'm never home Thursday nights, right? But like, there's fucking people that would flock to that, and they have a system back in backstage. It's Lance Storm, it's Tommy Dreamer, it's Scott D'Amore. Like, it's run very well. I don't think it's a place where he can go in there and be a diva. I think there's people there who he respects, that he, and I think the locker room is a very harmonious place, and I think people won't let him be. Like, I don't think there's that childish bullshit that is. There's not the elite in AEW in Impact. It's Chris Sabin, it's Alex Shelley, who he's worked with in Ring of Honor. It's Josh Alexander, who has a great reputation. Moose, PCO, Steve Macklin. There's a lot of guys he knows.
Agreed.
So if he shows up there, people are gonna fucking people are gonna watch Impact, even if it's for 6 months. They're gonna buy that one pay-per-view he's on. They're gonna tune in every Thursday. They're gonna sign up for Impact Plus. He moves the needle. He's the only guy that moves the needle in wrestling. That's
not
true.
That's not like, that's a free agent.
Yeah, like, look, Cody was not at the height he is now when he went to Impact. People probably fucking forget that he was in Impact.
Yeah.
I believe it was Global Force at that point.
Which is another thing. Like, it's back to TNA. Like, it's.
See, but I wouldn't want him for 6 months.
You
know what I mean? I would. No. I'm saying I would want him for more.
Of course.
If I can grab him for 2 years, love it. Right.
I feel like you take whatever you can get out of Punk and let him put eyeballs on your product, and then it's just like it's like I said before, it's literally just like anything else. You have someone that draws you in, and then you hope that they like everything else that they give you, and then they stick around. And Impact has given me no pause for concern that people that come in to see CM Punk won't stick around to watch the rest of their show. It's that, I'm telling you right now, it's that good. Bound for Glory was that good. Impact, the Go Home Impact was that good. So like that's business modeling 101. Like you have the top guy, you have Hogan, and then all of a sudden maybe you think that they'll watch, Don Morocco and Greg Valentine, or they'll watch, Tito Santana and Mr. Perfect. They'll do that. So if he comes in and agrees for like 4 shows, do it. And then eventually he'll return at the Rumble.
Well, look, you give him. They probably have the money. They could probably sign, and it's all works in his favor. He goes to one place for a weekend every 8 weeks to record.
Yeah.
To
And
shoot
look at their cut of merch too. Probably they would get from him.
Right? He's not on the road every fucking day. He's not going out once a week. He's just showing up for a weekend, taping 6-8 weeks worth of TV. Maybe he has to show up once a month for the Impact specials.
I'm very excited to see what CM Punk is going to do at some point. So it's either going to be Impact, it's either going to be Survivor Series, or it's going to be Rumble. It's got to be, those are the 3 things on the table for me.
It'll be interesting. It's just a thought, with Ace Steel there, like, and he could use like, if he goes there for like a year, like he needs like to have his reputation go there for a year, be a fucking nice guy, then he leaves and everybody has nothing but great things to like. He needs to rehab his attitude. Like
I don't even think he needs to do that, to be honest with you. Like I think WWE knows him. I think Triple H and those guys know him enough that like they take whatever he says at face value, and like, because CM Punk ain't no bullshitter. Triple H ain't no bullshitter.
You think he still holds the firing on his wedding day over their head, considering how much he held that Colt Cabana lawsuit over his head?
I mean, I don't know. You would think not, because he did visit backstage at a WWE show like recently, like within the last like year or two. So like he doesn't hate them, but maybe, but like he's got to know, like this AEW thing went horribly wrong, like absolutely horribly wrong. So why wouldn't you want to capitalize and make the most money you can? And you clearly can. There's still a market for you if they will have you. Now, if they won't have you, then go to Impact and let Anthem open up not as much money, but open up enough money to satisfy you and work clearly less than 3 days a week. You work twice in like 6 weeks or some shit like that.
And it's not just WWE you have to worry about now either. It's Endeavor. It's those people.
Well, that would actually make me feel better.
What if they don't want the fucking headache? You saw what they did to Vince. That didn't take long.
Well, doesn't CM Punk have a decent relationship with Endeavor from UFC?
With Dana and maybe somebody there, but that was post or that was pre all this.
See, I don't think all this is that big of a deal, and I don't think all this is like 100% his fault.
Would you want to work with somebody who just like blackout goes nuts in the middle of like an interview and then like gets in a fist fight at your job?
That was so long ago, and he came back after that. So like,
yes, but but like Kevin Garifo, are you like, do you want to work with somebody like that? Like at the drop of a hat, all the shit that builds up inside of him, instead of talking to the other adults in the room about it and figuring things out, he holds it in until he blows up and makes a giant scene like a fucking 5-year-old.
So like you said, with Impact, you said that there's a lot of people that he respects there, and you might not do that there. If you think that about Impact, do you think he'd do that in WWE?
Yes.
I don't. Because there are people there that can hold him accountable for it as opposed to AEW. And now Kate mentioned something. I mean, I don't know how true this is. I'll take her word for it because she has the sources. There are a lot of important people in WWE that don't want him there. And if that's true, then I mean, whatever, it is what it is. Then go to Impact. But
HK, I know your research is something. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I'm just looking. I wanted to know what Anthem is, like what their net worth is and what their revenue is, because that's, I mean, they don't have the money that WWE has. They don't have
clearly.
They don't have the money that Tony Khan has, and I don't know that they have. I don't know that it is a financially responsible move for them unless Punk really plays nice with how much he's asking for. I really don't. I don't think that they're a company that's in that spectrum, even close to it. There's so many different companies that go by Anthem. But Anthem's media group's revenue is around $5 million. $5 million. That's not going to get it done.
We will just have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a great time. We potentially live in a world where Impact Wrestling could be the home to CM Punk and Will Ospreay.
that's wild.
Chew on that one.
TNA wrestling.
Yeah, TNA wrestling, not even Impact. One more before we pull this train in the station because we were over the 3-hour mark.
Oh, my God. This is crazy.
The LA Knight Rise.
Yeah.
Is it just, do we feel like they are cutting off the nose to spite their face, having this be the main event of the Crown Jewel? Is he just another guy that Roman Reigns is going to trump here?
For now, yes. For now, yes, but he will get his moment.
I hope not. If I'm being completely honest, what Roman Reigns has accomplished, like it's incredible what he's done being the champion for as long as he's been the champion. Obviously, somebody else makes the decision for him to be the champion, but it's been very entertaining what he's done. He's one of those guys that I was one of the guys booing him, going, stop forcing him down my throat. Like, I do not want you to say this is the guy. And I mean, long play, he became the guy, and he's fun to watch. I don't know. I hope not. I really hope not. And it's gonna drive me nuts if LA Knight wins and all you're gonna hear is the fucking internet people go, well, how do you keep Roman Reigns strong now? How do you keep him strong after he lost? Shut the fuck up. All right. Just shut the fuck up. I hate that shit so much.
So Matt, first oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but with LA Knight, it doesn't seem like a bad time to strike. It really doesn't. I know we're not looking at our regular big fours or anything like that, but Crown Jewel pay-per-view is a big fucking deal. So it seems like an opportunity to strike right now. I don't know. I don't think that they're going to do it. Am I picking Roman Reigns? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're way smarter than this, Kevin.
Right. I'm picking Roman Reigns for sure, but it's an opportunity. Right now is a very big opportunity for them to shake it up just a touch.
So what I see happening, obviously I see Roman Reigns beating LA Knight, because I don't see Roman Reigns losing, if at all, to anyone other than somebody at WrestleMania, whether that's Cody, whether Punk comes back, whether that's somebody else. But I do think that the move here for LA Knight is to put up a really strong showing. And again, we have Bloodline. I don't know if Cena's going to be there. I don't know if Jey Uso is going to be.
Cena is advertised on the poster.
Okay, so there you go. So maybe we have some sort of crazy non-finish with Cena involved and Jey Uso involved and maybe Cody involved and Jimmy. And so, like, if you don't want LA Knight to lose, you don't have to, because you can still send the crowd home happy with a Cena thing. Or you could have Roman Reigns actually just beat him. And people have lost to Roman Reigns and still look strong. Look at Sami Zayn. Look at Kevin Owens. Look at Cody Rhodes. So you can have LA Knight lose clean to Roman Reigns and still come back like that. And then I think the move is after Mania, you move LA Knight to Raw and have him, or you have him challenge, or you have him win the Rumble and you have him challenge Seth Rollins for the world title and beat him. So that's my 2 cents there for that. But no, yeah, Roman Reigns is 100% beating LA Knight.
Look, a shakeup would be something, but I think Roman walks out Crown Jewel.
What's the negative? If I can ask you, what's the negative about
don't
LA
think-
LA Knight being victorious here?
I don't think there is a negative, to be honest with you.
See, I do. To me,
Yeah, but you are like, there's this whole, everyone's stuck on finish the story.
Yeah.
Right, but why does it have to be Cody over Roman? Why can't it be Cody over LA Knight?
I think it all like ties back to WrestleMania last year, and that's when it started. So technically, to me, that is the story. It's
Yeah, but
not
what
him
if we don't-
necessarily
what if
winning
you-
the WWE Championship. It's
But
him
what
beating
if
Roman
you don't
Reigns.
get that? What if you get Roman Rock at WrestleMania? Do we have to wait another year for Cody to finish the story?
No, if that's the case, then I say you just abandon the plan you abandon it completely. If that's the case. But
I think there's a lot of variables involved, a lot of rumor and scuttlebutt with Roman and Rock and Roman and Cody. And I think, we all said we're all going to pick Roman. Like, Crown Jewel's considered a huge show. Like, I don't know if you're going to, it's Cody and LA Knight, right? They're probably two of the hottest right now.
yeah, I still consider Cody levels above LA Knight. With all due respect,
Cody's wrestling Damian Priest at the Crown Jewel.
It's a good match.
Sure.
Mr. Money in the Bank. Mr. Senor in the Bank.
So I don't think there's a negative from it. If LA Knight walked out champion, I think it'd be huge.
I mean, I'm not. I think you're right, Matt, and at the point where like I am stuck on Cody finishing the story and beating Roman Reigns. Like I really want that to happen, and I'm really trying to manifest that into existence. And I want LA Knight to win a championship too. I love LA Knight, but if it wasn't because Roman Reigns had all this stuff going on, and if Cody doesn't have all this stuff going on, and now we're having the intertwining again with him in the bloodline, we're having it again. They're planting the seeds now for this to be the match. So it's got to be to me. And LA Knight having beat Seth Rollins for the World Championship, still huge, still awesome, still great. My opinion.
Well, we got 2 weeks before the Crown Jewel. Right now, we're seeing Seth against Drew, Rhea in a 5-way for the Women's World Championship against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Raquel Rodriguez, Roman LA Knight, Rey Mysterio, Logan Paul for the U.S. title, and Cody against Damian Priest. Also, John Cena's on the poster. Bianca Belair's on the poster. Rhea Ripley, yep. Logan Paul, yeah. So I'm sure we'll see something in the next couple weeks with John against one of those guys.
So I wouldn't be shocked if Logan Paul wins the U.S. title. If that's a title, if you want to have a title change, I wouldn't be shocked if you see that.
Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh. I'll give a kid credit. He's working. The minute he lost won that boxing fight, he went right into fucking calling out Rey Mysterio Jr. But it's just like, I don't know, man. It's fucking Rey Mysterio. Dude's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
You could have had Santos Escobar take the U.S. title off of him and then let Logan Paul beat Santos Escobar. It'd be all the fucking same to me. But this is Rey Mysterio Jr. This Logan Paul who shows up every fucking 4 months. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So does Roman Reigns.
I mean, Roman Reigns has earned the right to do that, though.
Yep.
I mean, Logan Paul kind of has through his outside influence, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
No. He's just a fucking influencer who happens to be super athletic. He's gifted with the ability to be good in the ring. Doesn't mean he earned the right. He didn't fucking go to school. He didn't fucking eat fucking rice and beans for fucking 8 months while he was in fucking shitty FCW.
Yeah. I fucking hate him too, so.
Yeah, as much as I hate JJ Rogue, that piece of shit.
Yeah. I don't want JJ Rogue ever having a championship in my company.
Oh, man.
Got the action figure.
This was a lot of fun, guys. I feel like when Tony leaves, we do our best work. No disrespect to Tony.
You barely touched AEW or anything.
My God. Is there anything from I'm not, there's nothing from, let me ask you guys this. Okay, we'll go AEW. You want to do a little AEW? Juice
Kevin,
Robinson,
if you want to dip, you can dip because me and Matt can handle this.
Juice Robinson wins the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal.
Former AWF talent, Juice Robinson.
I thought he gets the ring. Why does he have to wrestle MJF for the ring? Am I missing something?
I think so.
No, because MJF has won it every fucking year.
Yes, you're right. He's won it in the battle. So I don't know. Switch it up a little bit. I don't know. I agree with you, but I feel like it creates another. First of all, I'm not a big Juice Robinson guy. Don't like him. Don't care for him.
Where do you got? Let me ask you guys this. The serious talk here. MJF is trying to, and this is a couple weeks old. The roll of quarters with his name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's MJF's call, and I know he's looking at the bigger picture where he wants to bring awareness to the anti-Semitic stuff, but the timing.
Yeah,
there's nobody in AEW to say, "Hey guys, I get what you're trying to do here, but the timing right now with what's going on in the real world is not a great idea." Like, and I think that's Impact has somebody like that. WWE has somebody like that. I know it's what MJF wants, but I think that, like, bigger picture, guys.
So, go ahead, Kev.
Now, what about Sergeant Slaughter, Iraqi sympathizer?
Yeah, I mean,
can you draw that comparison?
I don't want to do whataboutism because it's like.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't like that they did it, right? I'm not like, hey, it's for the story, anything like that. I think it's low hanging fruit and it's unnecessary. But in the confines of the wrestling world, we get a lot of low hanging unnecessary, right?
Yeah, you've seen a lot. Like, that was almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So to me, it's kind of like if you're at like a trial and one lawyer opens a door for a line of questioning, and then the other lawyer says, "Hey, you opened the door for me to do this." So MJF mentioned in a promo a long time ago about having quarters thrown at him, and I know he did at CZW. I know he did other places, and he was probably bullied 100% in his childhood. So if you open that door in your storyline, and if you're 100% okay with it, and then Juice does this, it stinks. It's not great, but you have to again, like, compartmentalize that it is professional wrestling. So
yes,
like,
but you can compartmentalize when they're not killing innocent women and children at the same exact time that this is going on.
Agreed.
There is.
I would not have done it. I don't like it. And I'm not a fan of it. But if the person and then he did it to raise awareness for these families and for Jewish and Israeli families, I agree. But at the same time, like, if it's his choice. If he didn't want to do it, he didn't have to do it.
It was his idea.
It's to play off the story.
Yes, I get it, but there has to be someone to read the room and say, this is not the right time for this.
All right, well, then that's not an MJF thing. I mean, I'm sure
it
MJF
is. It was his idea.
No, you're right. No. So let me rephrase. MJF probably has a lot of stroke where he could have let that go. But listen, I was disgusted by it personally, but it's so close to that line where, like, they didn't mention anything. Like, they didn't. It was just based on his.
You
promo.
don't have to mention anything,
right? And Matt, to your point, I think what you're saying is there's got to be somebody back there to say, "Hey, this isn't a good idea. Don't do
did you see the fucking newspaper today?"
Right, exactly.
Like, this is not the time or the place for this.
Yep.
3 weeks ago, maybe. Now, no. Go a different route. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Your little fucking play wrestling shit isn't going to fix the fucking problems over there. It's not going to make all these people undead for just living over there. So fucking knock it off. It's a terrible decision.
Yep.
Sorry. We didn't talk about it.
Listen, I can't argue with you.
We didn't talk about it a couple weeks ago. Sting is going to retire at Revolution.
Sting.
Well, see you later.
No. How do you feel? How do you feel about it? I feel like they're going. I think this is
Who does he fight? Does he fight Darby?
Probably. But here's the you've already, I think, because Tony Khan is such a wrestling fan, he's going to try and do like a Japan retirement show. Like AEW Revolution is going to be the Sting retirement show. I don't think he could pull it off.
Pull what? What do you mean pull what off?
So like Great Muta had his retirement show.
Right.
Like they just have a way of doing it in this is one of your 4 pay-per-views, and he's gonna try. I think he's gonna try and turn it into a Sting retirement show, and I don't know if that's gonna go well.
That would be a terrible idea.
Well, it's Tony Khan. I mean, why else does Sting announce that at Revolution is going to be his last match?
Right.
Not Dynamite. Not Winter is coming in December.
So here's what you do. The perfect way that this was laid out was when Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels had Ric Flair's retirement match, and Shawn Michaels beat Ric Flair. They didn't lace WrestleMania out as a Ric Flair retirement show, put a lot of emphasis on this match, whatever his last match is, and then just have the rest of your show as a normal pay-per-view.
But they set that up very well, though. It was the you lose, you're done.
Right. Well, you have time for that still for Sting.
Not for Sting. He announced it's already going to be he's done.
No. Of course, it's not apples to apples, but you still have time to make it work where you could put a lot of emphasis on his retirement match and not make the entire show about it.
I hope they do, but I feel like
You hope they do?
I hope they do it the right way. I hope they don't make the whole show about it.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think Tony Khan is such a wrestling fan, and this idea that in Japan they pull off extremely well, where it's really just a Gaga card where the guy of honor gets to wrestle in the main event, and it's usually a 6-man, and they go in, they do their moves, and they're out.
To me, if it's me, I have him go straight up one-on-one with Darby. I don't know why. That to me, like that's the move. Or you could do what you said and have him, Darby, and somebody, or him, Darby, and Adam Copeland versus Christian Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne.
I just don't understand why he announced it fucking 6 months ahead of time.
Yeah, like that. I thought he was retiring that night, or we could have like a match like next week on Dynamite.
Yeah.
It's just
Revolution 2024. We are 7 months away.
You'll have all the guys from the past in the front row there, right? You'll have Steamboat will push Luger down there ringside.
Oh, that's right. He will. Yeah.
It'll be a fucking mess.
I don't know. I'm just
High Voltage will be there. The Gambler.
Well, of course, all of them, man. Gambler's dead.
No, he's not. That was debunked, dude. Like 4 months ago, he's not dead. He's alive.
Sure.
Van Hammer.
Van Hammer's probably he's still in fucking prison, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Sign me up for Malachi Black, Bryan Danielson. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Yo, Collision. That Andrade Idolo Bryan Danielson match. Banger.
Yeah, man. Collision's a fucking great show. Oh.
I had a thought. So obviously Wardlow's back, and it's kind of laying flat for most people.
He's angry.
Yeah, but he held up his wrist tape and it said MJF, and everybody's going straight to he's gunning for MJF. But what? Maybe on the other side of it, right? He's back for MJF.
Thought the exact same.
That's the first thing that I thought, and everybody was blowing up on the Twitter machine saying all this. Now another guy's gunning for MJF, but it was MJF that brought Wardlow in as his personal protector, right? He was the bodyguard. He was the muscle. Why
it's like the
Wardlow's gone. He comes back. Why wouldn't he back for MJF? Just a thought.
Well, MJF was a piece of shit to him for a while, so there's that.
And then what happened to Wardlow?
Yeah. So I 100% agree with you. I 100% think that maybe, first of all, I think Adam Cole is behind the Devil's Masks. I don't think it's MJF that's beating the shit out of Jay White with the Devil's Mask.
I think that they're playing up this Devil's Mask because they don't got a guy for it yet.
It's got to be Adam Cole.
Oh,
You know-
you think it's like the Black Scorpion?
I think that Black Scorpion. I'm what I'm hoping, and this is just me being a fan. I'm hoping that they play it out and play it out and play it out because there might be maybe some talk of like a Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, that would be cool.
I would be
I didn't think about that.
through the roof because we've seen this character now or whoever's in this mask pop up a couple times. No real signs of who it is one way or the other. I think
no
that
tells. Yeah.
they keep playing it out until
That's-
they can get the guy.
Yeah. You know
Whether
what?
I would love it to be Dolph. That's where my heart is, but
I-
it could be any number of guys.
I really freaking love that. If
The
that-
New
if-
Japan mark in me just wants it to be David Finlay and the War Dogs.
But you fucking hate David Finlay, remember?
Yeah, but the fucking the fight for the Bullet Club name. But that's just the New Japan mark in me.
Right.
I know it's not really going to be David Finlay and the War Dogs.
Scott George said maybe it could be Roddy because he did say he has to be nicer to Max. It could be. I'd be very disappointed if it was Roderick Strong.
Yeah, but there was also like that. Fuck. What was that pay-per-view where they were on the tag titles that really aggravated me? All Out, All In.
Yeah,
where
the
they're in
London
the
one.
locker room and they're sitting in front of each other. They're sitting in front of two cubbies, and the one Adam Cole is sitting in front of has the Devil's mask hanging in it.
Oh, so you are thinking it's going to be Adam Cole?
A little foreshadowing, yeah, but that was before he broke his ankle jumping off the fucking
Yeah.
stage like a Momo.
It could also be a well placed misdirection.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really love the idea of it being Dolph Ziggler.
It should have been him.
It could be him still.
It could be him.
Could be. Do you guys, does Okada teaming with Orange Cassidy this Wednesday do anything for you guys?
Okada does. Orange Cassidy doesn't. It's a weird team.
Yeah.
I think it's just to get Okada on TV.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do to get Okada on TV. It's a
Put him
freaking
in.
Okada.
But there's no storyline to it. I think it's setting up Moxley Okada at Wrestle Kingdom.
All right, then I guess I'll be here for it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
It's just this. This is the one thing about AEW that is just like bothersome. It's matches for matches' sake. With like, not all of them have stories too.
I mean, they kind
which
of
is great.
I think it's just a setup for like what Collision ended and they won the Battle of the Belts and they fucking bump shoulders, Moxley and Orange Cassidy passing each other. So like, you know,
Listen, I'll watch the show. I always watch them. I watch every week. I watched. The only show that I always forget to watch is Rampage, which stinks because Ortiz. So this is. Can I tell you what grinds my gears real quick before we
grind them, baby?
Ortiz Santana on Rampage.
That's where they've been setting up the whole feud. Everything they've done for that feud, the vignettes, the Mike having his first singles match, it's all been done on Rampage.
Yeah, but I don't want that. I want it on my real TV.
Oh, Keith's right. They're probably setting up Danielson Okada.
I want it on my real shows. I want it on my A and B show, not my freaking WCW Pro.
I mean, that's a reason to tune in, no?
I mean, I guess.
No.
I just forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys here for rated FTR?
No.
I think Edge is just cornering the market on as many trademarks as he can.
Just throwing money at whatever he can get.
Yeah.
If you have Honor Club,
Oh.
Final Battle in December is included for free.
Are we getting Jay Lethal, Eddie Kingston at Honor Club?
No,
Or
they're gonna put it on fucking Dynamite in 2 weeks. Why would you put it on the fucking pay service? Oh, you shouldn't put Eddie Kingston behind a paywall. He's the fucking champion of the company. You should do something to drive people to your fucking shitty app, you fucking assholes.
I'd be there for Jay Lethal, Eddie Kingston.
So would I. Make it
event.
fucking worth my money. Instead, I gotta watch fucking Brock Anderson wrestle some fucking schlub.
He going.
Yeah.
Why is Myron Reed doing jobs in Ring of Honor? If you're gonna bring him in, make him a fucking focal point.
He was doing jobs and he was also doing security.
Security, yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yep.
If you caught that, Myron Reed was one of the security guards with KM for Christian.
Let's see, the Ring of Honor part of our show. Mercedes Martinez, Diamante are feuding with Billy Starks.
Yes.
And Athena, good. Sign me up. Sean Dean defeats Peter Avalon. Don't give a fuck. Get it off my show. Gravity Angelico, don't give a fuck. Get it off the show. Tony Nese defeats Ethan Page. Great.
Here for it.
Sign me up. It's part of the Ethan Page is telling the story. Pure rules match. Josh Woods, Pat Buck. There's a story there. I'm good. Billy Starks, Diamante, story. Cole Carter, Griff Garrison against Myron Reed and Rennie Jones, story. Kira Hogan, Allison Kay. I don't care. Sorry, they're both really talented. Don't care. Don't care. If they're going to set something up where they're going to challenge Athena, but Athena's all tied up here. The Righteous beat Kevin Matthews and Rod Lee. I love the Righteous. This is what we're doing after they couldn't win the fucking Ring of Honor tag titles. They're not in a fucking triple threat match with the Gates of Agony and the Workhorsemen and fucking Action Andretti and Darius Martin. I told the Mark Order Saturday night, I'd rather eat a pube sandwich than watch an Action Andretti match. Fuck out of here. Commander Metal League. Kick
good,
fucking
man.
rocks.
Action Andretti's good.
I don't want any of this shit on Ring of Honor. Where's fucking Dalton Castle? Where's the not one fucking champion was on this episode of Ring of Honor.
To the castle.
You got a fucking world champion, a TV champion, you got a 6-man champion, you got a women's champion, the pure champion. None of them could be fucking found.
That's because they're traveling with AEW.
It's another 1, 2,
But they
3,
record
4, 5, 6,
with
7,
AEW.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That's like an extra fucking 30 people at TV. For what? You shoot 3 fucking shitty matches before Collision. Nobody's in the building. You shoot 8 afterwards. Everybody fucking left because nobody cares. But Ring of Honor is going to give us Final Battle for fucking free if you are an Honor Club member. December 15th in fucking Texas. Texas. What is with this bullshit and Ring of Honor in fucking Texas? They put it in shitty Trenton in fucking July. Can you just bring it back to the Hammerstein Ballroom so me and Kevin can go and have a fucking boys' night and stand in the back and drink and watch some wrestling and take selfies with Kerry Silkin?
That's all I've ever wanted.
Fix this fucking shitty promotion. Don't put any kicks to behind the paywall. Oh, so there's no reason for you to sign up for Honor Club then? None. Zero. Zilch. Because none of the champions are featured.
You know what? A more salient point has never been made.
Grinds my fucking gears.
Attaboy.
Watch NWA, watch MLW, watch AEW, watch WWE, watch NXT, watch TNA, watch New Japan, watch All Japan, watch it all, enjoy it. Fucking wrestling is alive and well. 2023, fall and winter is going to be so much fun. The Shining Wizards, they're going to be so much fun on the road to what, 12 years? 12 years as a podcast coming up in about a month. So we're going to celebrate that big time. Next week, we're going to do like some kind of Halloween fun. I don't know. We'll talk like Halloween Havoc and spooky stuff and Buried Alive matches and whatever happened in the world of wrestling. So that'll be a good time. Samhain. We'll talk about Samhain. Special thanks to Cold Stone Tim Boston for joining us tonight. Greg Cherry, the Can You Beat That champion. Kyle from the Apron Bump Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. And next month, they will have a rematch. Woo!
Wow. 3 hours, 32 minutes, and 15, 16, 17 seconds.
And thank you to everybody in the chat that's been here. Kate, Scott George, Mott Spock. God damn, pal. Matthew Birch was here all night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. I know people popped in and out. Asian Joe was here for a bit. Ryan Sullivan. Fucking fantastic. You guys are great. We love you for it. Oh, he sent me the video. Hold on. I got the ending.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. You do it now or after the video?
I'll do it now. Get out of the way.
Thanks.
Good night, Diana.
This has been a production of the Shining Wizards Network. Executive producer is Manny Kradzo. The assistant executive producer is Kathy Hummer. Our producers are Brendan Heaney, Danny Rusinello, Kate Hensler, Matt Garifo, Mike Peterson, Ryan Schlong, Thomas Copps, David Henry Bauer III, Michael Hammond, and William Mercier Jr. Special thanks to all our assistant producers as well. For everything Shining Wizards, visit shiningwizards.com. And don't forget to listen to all the great shows of the Shining Wizards Network.